hello, what's up tonight, everyone? Welcome. Fine Thursday to y'all. Good to see ya. What's up? Hey, Doug, how are you tonight? Malarku, the Mike Arnold, good to see ya. Run Up, Thomas, hello. Echoes, Sir Robert. Oh yeah, it is gonna be a good one tonight. I am excited. We finally, after a very long delay, after waiting weeks, we finally got Jumpstart Historic Horizons, and we're gonna have some fun today. I got a bunch of deck lists I've been working on, and even more that I didn't get to that maybe we'll build on stream. My initial plan, Jeremy, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. My initial plan was like, all right, we'll do some Jumpstart Historic Horizons Limited. That was my plan for the stream. We'll play Jumpstart Historic Horizons Limited. We will do some limited. We'll go through some events, build the collection a little bit. The problem is, I did some Jumpstart Historic Horizons Limited, and while the format is fun and it's cool and it's perfect if you got like a few minutes to play Magic but not that many minutes to play Magic, or if you're a new player and you're intimidated by deck building, after doing some of the events, I was like, oh my goodness, this is like not a format that's designed for a 3-hour stream. Like, oh, we still got our Flump record up there. I didn't even notice. It's just not a format that's designed for a 3-hour stream, especially for us, because there's no brewing, there's no deck building, anything like that. All you do is kind of open a couple packs and jam them together and see what happens. So I decided, rather than doing Jumpstart Historic Horizons, we're going to play real Historic tonight. We're going to play some real Historic. I'm probably actually going to end up jumping this. I don't know why I got in this event. I do still need Managorger Phoenixes. So rather than playing these limit events, I guess I also want to show what it looked like. Rather than playing these limit events, we're going to play real Historic. I got some decks built. There's more to go. You'd better buy your gems now before you show your stream the credit card. I stocked up before the stream, specifically for that purpose. I figured I should probably do it now before the stream starts and I accidentally post my credit card. So I spent every single bit of gold that I have, every bit, spent all the gems that I have, re-upped on gems, and build a few decks, so we're going to have some fun. I mean, do you wanna see the limited events? Hey, what's up, Cornelius? How are you? Good to see you. I mean, it's up to you. I mean, like I said, my initial plan was to do limited, but after playing it, I was like, I don't know if people actually want to see limited. Because here's the weird thing about Jumpstart. The weird thing about Jumpstart is the best part of Limited, at least for me, is drafting and building the deck. Like, that's the fun part of Limited. Like, I take in if I watch someone's limited content, very often I take and watch the draft and then don't actually watch the games, because the games is what is really fun. Blink is a deck that I haven't built yet. We might have to build that one live on stream, along with the Withering combo deck. So yeah, I mean, I think that Jumpstart is fun for what it is. It's great for new players. It's great if you got 15 minutes to play and you don't want to get in a big long thing. There's some awesome purposes, and it is fun in that context, but I just don't know if it's a good 3-hour stream format. So anyway, let's do our reminders real quick. We'll start talking about these decks. We're going to play some of the ones I've already built, and I know people are asking about Soul Herder. Maybe we'll build Soul Herder on stream. I really want to see if the Withering combo actually does draw the game, or if you time out first for science. Actually, we might just do that against Sparky. Is that something that's interesting to you? Do you want to actually see all the deck lists that I have so far on the sheet? Do you want to see the Withering combo for science, or is that too sciencey and too janky? Anyway, reminders. Replay YouTube this week, vital old streams, including this one in the future, normal YouTube. We had a sweet Sorcerer Class against odds yesterday. Tomorrow's against Mucha Brew. It's a good one. I'm excited for this one. It's a really sweet deck. You might have saw a taste of it a little while ago on stream, but we haven't really played it much, so definitely check out tomorrow's Mucha Brew. It's a super fun modern deck. Our sponsor tonight, of course, the ever awesome Card Kingdom, who's got you covered. Unfortunately, they can't sell you Jumpstart Historic Horizons because it's only on Arena, but you can pre-order Innistrad Midnight Hunt. You get Adventures in Forgotten Realms. Maybe you need an opposition agent to crim up your commander game, or a Vivian now that it's rotating from standard. 100. You can get them all at carkingdom.com. Even get a free MTG Goldfish sticker. Let them know you want one. They'll hook you up. They're super good like that. So thank you to Card Kingdom for supporting the show. Otherwise, merch page, tokens, t-shirts, playmats, clean out Richard's garage. Good way to support the stream and this site. Donations, always appreciated, never required. $2 more gets your message read on stream. And let's just start by playing some Magic. Let's start playing some Magic. Maybe we'll brew as we go along. I'm actually kind of excited for. I'm kind of excited for the Shamans deck. I think Shamans is a tribe that I really want this deck to work in Modern. However, I am also excited for it it might even be better in Historic in a lot of ways. Historic's a little slower, a little less punishing. We have a lot of the good cards, so let's start with some Historic. Hey, what's up, Soul Warrior? How are you? Does a Pioneer Challenge decks increase odds of Pioneer coming to Arena, or does it have no impact at all? I would say it has no impact since, hey, what's up, Stone Rain? Good to see ya. Since Challenger decks don't really impact Arena anyway. It's not like you buy a Challenger deck and get a code for Arena or anything like that. So at this point, there's really, like, no connection between the two. If it could in a very roundabout way, Enchantress is one of the decks I already have built, so yeah, that's one that I've been hyped for too. Maybe in a really roundabout way, it shows that Wizards is still supporting the format, so that's probably a good sign for the long term. But I don't think it directly has anything to do with it coming to Arena. Anyway, deck number 1. Let's try some Shamana Monicon Harmonic Shaman. This deck, built around Harmonic Prodigy. You might remember I was playing a modern version after Modern Horizons 2 came out. The idea of this deck is pretty simple. We want to play Harmonic Prodigy to double up our Shaman triggers. What Shamans do we have triggering, I hear you wonder? Elvish Visionary to draw cards, Burning Tree Emissary to make a ridiculous amount of mana, Rage Forger to put a bunch of counters on thing, and then Hellrider, Seasoned Pyromancer to refill our hand to filter to make a bunch of elementals. Otherwise, we got Ramp in Goblin Narcomancer, we got Atlanta War Elves, Collecting Company to hold it all together, and that's basically it. It's like Gruul Aggro Panharmonicon Shaman Tribal, and I think this deck actually has potential to be pretty sweet in Historic. I haven't got a chance to test most of these decks, because today was Commander Clash today, so I was opening cards, building decks, doing Commander Clash, so I haven't actually got to play most of these decks yet, but I'm excited to try them. Wizard Tribal, ooh, let me see a Mega Wazer. Wizard Tribal sounds sweet. I also think that Harmonic Prodigy has more potential in Wizards in Historic than in Modern, for sure, because we've already seen, like, Adeliz style Wizards be good-ish in Historic, and Harmonic Prodigy seems like it just absolutely powers them up. Flibic, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. So, how is Historic? Did digital-only cards break the format? I don't think digital-only cards have broken the format yet. I mean, it is literally minutes, hours after the set release, so we're still in kind of the upheaval right now. What kind of home do you think Yawgmoth will have in Historic? I think the most easy home is probably just to play it in one of the sack decks that already exists. There aren't combo pieces like there are in Modern, so I don't think you can build Modern Yawgmoth in Historic yet. Does the new cards have filters, or how can I filter for them? Unfortunately. Is that an opponent battering a cow in Historic? It is. Interesting. That's something I've not really seen anyone do before. Alright. Oh, what was your comment, Bolas? My apologies. I'm trying to build a Pioneer deck with Uncommon Ashiok, in Tasha's Hideous Laughter, and Oblivion Sower. I want to ramp it as something fun like Villainous Ralph. That actually sounds super fun, Wall of Chaos. Ay. Opponent's like, where's our graveyard 8? Opponent's dredging. This is very, very, oh my god, and a Faithful Suiting. This is very dredgy. I feel like we're playing against a dredge deck in Historic at the moment, and we don't really have graveyard 8. Is Jam Davis good on toast? How's the deck performing? We are currently 0-0, so good, I guess. 100% win rate, 0% loss rate. Broke it. What do we want to do here? Our hand is very land heavy. Opponent has a graveyard full of action. Yeah, let's Visionary draw a card. Play the land. Another Narcomancer. Go. Opponent got off to a really fast start here. You have to filter by MH1 or MHS hyphen MH1 or S hyphen MH2. Ooh. See, I just did it. I just did the old-fashioned way of kind of jumping around. Oh, I missed your sub comment. Oh, I'm so sorry. Polis, thank you for the years of entertainment. My career is very high stress and you help me through the day. Well, Polis, I appreciate the kind words and the resub as well. Hopefully things get less stressful. We need a payoff. Where's our payoffs? Like we're doing things, but our opponent's doing more things, and we haven't found it. Oh my God, more Narcomancers. Infinite Narcomancers is not going to get the job done here. Fauna Shaman. Seasoned Pyromancer. Discard lands. Look for real magic cards. Find mostly lands. Pass the turn. We do have some graveyard hate in this side, yeah. Your friend is a colon? Hey, what's up, Psychus Alex? How are you? So have you all been playing any Jumpstart Historic Horizons? Seth, don't you agree they should unban Birthing Pod just because to see what degenerate decks come out? I mean, with how oh my goodness, more value. With how modern is right now, I actually think the Birthing Pod would be possibly okay. I think that it's close enough that it's worth testing at least. All right, let's. Oh, wait. Okay, what can we win here? That might sound like a crazy question, but what happens if we? So we can Fauna Shaman, discard this, get Rage Forger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 1, 2, 3, or 5. So ping our opponent, attack. Yeah, let's take it for now. We want to keep our creatures on the battlefield in case we ever draw a real card, which might not be happening, but well, Fauna Shaman. Discard an Narcomancer. Get a Pyromancer. Play Pyromancer. Discard, discard. See, the Pyromancer is going to be a big deal in this store. Ooh, there's Harmonic Prodigy. Okay. Fauna Shaman. Next turn, we could maybe do some things. Next turn, we can maybe do some things. Next turn might be the big turn. So if you've been playing Jumpstart Historic Horizons, what do you think of it? How many hundreds of dollars did it take you to get the cards for this deck? So actually, after playing some Jumpstart Historic Horizons today... Uh-oh. Opponents danced around with elementals. One thing I realized is getting your first copies of cards actually isn't that bad. The reason why is... yeah, Pyromancer is the nuts. The reason why is they make sure that you see different packs your first bunch of events. So I was able to get one copy of things pretty easily. I think so far, I've been keeping track of it, although I haven't completely mathed it out yet. I think I'm like maybe $150 in, which is actually not that bad, and I have several decks and a bunch of other cards. The other thing I did, which I think... Oh, wow. Yeah, that's bad. Bad. Oh, less bad. Harmonic Prodigy. Burning Tree. Oh boy, we're actually kind of close to winning here. We haven't done anything to our opponent this whole game. We're actually kind of close to winning. I think we're going to end up just short of winning. Double trigger. Wait, do we win? Is this enough? Opponent has 2 blockers. We're going to do a little Rage Forged. We haven't done anything all game. The power of the Shaman. That's 5. That's 6. That's 7. That's 8. That's 9. That's 10. 10 to the face. Wow. Almost. Shoot our opponent for a ton. If our opponent didn't have that sweeper, we would have just had him after doing nothing. Opponent. Chumps. Chubs. They're going to... 1. We almost 22'd them. Almost 22'd them. Opponent. Wait, what was the pun? I'm so confused. Haven't played Soul Herder yet. I haven't played... we gotta build Soul Herder still. Opponent, Phoenix of Ash. Certainly. And I think we got there. Is Slivers on the docket for today? The deck lists that I've currently built are on this sheet, although I'm down for doing some on-stream brewing if that's something that interests people. So we probably will end up building Soul Herder at some point. I was kind of sort of treating this like a preview stream where we're probably going to jump around a bit more, although we're not playing best of one. Oh, no more best of one for the moment. So maybe we'll try to build like Soul Herder on stream. And I also want to see what happens with the Davriel's Withering combo. Just for science. Hey, what's up, Christian Bales? I've been looking around trying to find a Ween show to go to, and nothing in my area. Opponent, they're thinking, tried to find a way out, but I don't think there's a way out. The Rage has been forged. Ox of Agonis. Sure. Draw some cards. Opponent got off to a fast start, and we got off to a very not fast start. That is the power of this deck. That is what this deck could do. Opponent goes with a big attack. Well, we just need to block in a way that we don't die. We will take 5. We have Rage Forger. Attack you. Kill you. Seth, do you think it's possible to start a Magic content channel off shorts on YouTube? And was wondering for advice to go into longer content. So my experience with shorts has been surprisingly positive. Like, shorts can actually get a lot of views. The thing I will say is, I guess it depends on what your goal is. I think shorts are really good for helping new people discover your YouTube channel. On the other hand, I don't think that if your goal is to, like, make money off of YouTube and, like, do it as a career or a living, shorts are not going to help you too much directly with that. I've had some shorts that, it's kind of funny actually. I have some shorts that have gotten, I think the biggest one is closing in on 200,000 views, which is actually more views than basically any video that we put up. That's a lot of views for our channel. And I think it's made like, I don't know, $50 or something, which is like a random unpopular gameplay video would make significantly more than I think a short that gets a ridiculous amount of views. So I think it's really good for helping people find your channel, but not so much for actually making any money if that's part of your goal. And I think for longer form content, the most important thing I think is finding your niche. There's so much Magic content now that I think the people who I have seen be most successful with it recently find their niche and do that well. So I keep that in mind. Like, there's just so many pros that make Magic content. I run into this myself. And I wonder, like, okay, if it's random Jund, let's say Jund, a tier deck, random tier deck, why would you care about watching my channel when you could watch like Hall of Fame pro type player play it? So I think finding your niche that is maybe a little different than what everyone else is doing is actually a pretty good way to be successful. We definitely want all the graveyard hate. Let's go on Coco. Run it like that. Right now we're playing Historic Shaman. This is Historic Harmonic Prodigy Shaman. I love watching jank decks and combos that no one else plays. I mean, that's kind of what I enjoy in Magic the most too. So we end up playing a lot of those decks. What do you think of the Pioneer Challenger decks? Fingers crossed that the price is fair. That is my only real concern with that. The deck lists look solid. I think it's a great idea to have Pioneer decks, Challenger decks. Opponent does not like the graveyard hate. Was hoping to dredge unimpeded. Sorry, friend. We actually play interaction. Yeah, so my only question is the price. After looking at the value of the cards in the decks, I think they're going to sell them for normal price. Like, I think if you look at the... Oh, there's my voice echoing back. If you look at the value of the decks, though, Azuria Spirits around $90, Lotus Field $90, Mono Red Burn $80, Orzhov Auras $90. That's roughly the same amount of value as the standard Challenger decks usually have. So I'm expecting them to be $30, and at that price, these are all decks that you could pick up play at F&M and do okay with, and upgrade a bit, especially the mana base, to have like actual tier decks most of the time. All right, opponent's got a hollow one. Opponent's got an answer to the graveyard hate, apparently. Well, opponent passes. Loaming Shamans for days. And Archomancer. Pass the turd. Have you played Jumpstart today? I did. Have you played any Jumpstart today, Bo? My initial plan was to play Jumpstart for the stream tonight. Right now we are playing some Harmonic Shaman. New Harmonic Shaman in Historic. Oh, with Brothers War coming in 2022, will Urza's lands come to Arena? I hope not. I really hate Tron. Authority of the console, sure. Opponent. Tap land. Well, let's Loaming Shaman. No one expects the Loaming Shaman tech. Shuffle him in. Play a land. Yeah, pressure hidden for 2. Oh, I didn't watch the reveal stream. Is a Brothers War set in the past? They didn't go into too many details. It's coming out like a year from now, next fall. It's about Urza and Mishra. It's the story of the Brothers War, but I assume it's got to be set in the past. But Jumpstart hasn't been added. It's there for some reason that I don't understand. They didn't put it on the front page. You got to go to the additional play modes, basically. Well, let's Burning Tree Emissary. Make some mana. Clothis. Pass the turn. Opponent. Hey, what's up, Great Destroyer? How are you? Oh, it's a prequel. Ooh, wait, pre-Q? Prequel? Oh, prequel, okay. Yeah, that actually is kind of interesting. Unseen Spectre for the 57th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big Soup over here. Thank you. Kamigawa set in the future. Brothers War set in the past. So, I mean, I know the Brothers War, Urza and Mishra, but I've never, like, read the books or anything like that. What is the... Why is it Clothis tapped? I think it's actually just a weird rules quirk that it comes into play as an enchantment, so it dodges authority, and then it immediately becomes a creature. It looks... I'm guessing that's what that actually is. But I don't know. Maybe it is a bug. That's also possible. But I think it's like a weird quirk with how it is actually an enchantment when it comes into play. Opponent hits us. What was your first constructed deck? Was it... Oh, man. Was it pre-built or brew? I've talked about this a little bit before. I started off... I mean, I wasn't a competitive player. I was learning Magic. I was casual. First deck I ever built, Eon Storm Modular. If you don't know Eon Storm, it is incredibly bad. This is mostly like original Meriden era cards is what I had to work with. Eon Storm, 3-mana enchantment, pay 1 in a red, remove a +1/+1 counter or charge counter from a permanent you control, shock something, 2 damage to a creature or player. So I had like big Arcbound Overseer modular creatures. I was trying to put counters on things and then remove the counters to like shock people, and I pretty much always lost, but I love that deck. I had a ton of fun playing it and losing with it. Alright, Visionary. Draws us a card. Well, let's go foraging. We haven't drawn our big payoffs, but I think we're still just kinda in pretty good shape here. No attacks. We're gonna wait. With double Rage Forger, we're gonna pour on some damage next turn. What's the first deck you built? I'm curious. What did your first deck, chat? Your first deck you build or played. You don't even have to build it. If you played another deck, that's fine. Fine as well. What is the first deck you experienced Magic with? Oh, Sweep. Isn't Sweep a pretty disliked mechanic? Nodalina and Shaman. It's just a bit on the expensive side. Ooh, wow. All right, and Archomancer. Another Loaming Shaman. Sure. Shuffling your nothing. And Rage Forger 2. Oh, Rage Forger's a card! Plow into Rita was fantastic with commander damage rules. Ooh. Is that the one that lets you pick up all your lands to pump? Actually, how do we attack here? If we attack with all this, we don't really want to lose it. Well, all right, I guess we attack like this. Are we in danger of dying on the backswing? Sort of. All right, let's leave. All right, attack like that. Do a bunch of pinging. How do you get the new Jumpstart cards? You have to craft them all. So the way I've done it so far is joining Jumpstart events, choosing the packs, and some of them I've played a little bit to get the individual cards rewards, but after I played my fill, which was like 5 or 6 events, then I just start dropping. The thing that actually helps, though, we have a list up by Goldfish that you should... this was my technique, and it actually worked, I think, really well. So Richard put a list up on Goldfish that has all the different packs, and there are certain packs that are 100%. The ones with Planeswalker names, you're 100% to get one of the mythics. Sarah's whatever, you're 100% to get a mythic. There's a... like a prowess deck that is... guaranteed to give you, on the draw, guaranteed to give you Seasoned Pyromancer. So I just, as I was doing the events, since Mythics is always the sticking point for me that I can't get enough of, I was just looking for things that had 100% of Mythics I wanted, and was just snagging those. And I actually managed to get, like, my playset of Pyromancers or whatever, after going through a bunch of events and spending a bunch of money, but without actually spending any wild cards, so... Oh, let me... Yeah... The problem is, we posted it when they were supposed to be releasing the set, and then they... I pinned a tweet with it today, but... yeah, the Jumpstart events are fun. The Jumpstart events are fun. I think my experience was they get old after a bit, because you just don't have any customization or anything. If any of the... Oh, let me see if I can make a mod, or a command. Adcom... Jump? Let's see if this works. No, that's not right. Oh, I see. I didn't copy the link. Hang on. I think I'm a professional streamer. I'm good at this. Boom. Edit. Okay. Edit. Jump. Oh, that's not the right... Oh, I typoed. Edit. It's doing a scoop steer now. Edit jump. Okay, boom. All right, now do jump and see what happens. Yes! Professional streamer. Broke it. Oh. I am pretty bad at stuff like that sometimes. Yeah, so my experience was, it got old pretty quickly, but I was pleasantly surprised that I felt like I was able to get the cards I needed easier than I expected. I thought it was going to be really bad, but it actually ended up being not as bad as I thought. I mean, I still spent a ton of money, and I still have cards that I need, but it went better than I thought. Oh, you want to send me your list, Helloan? That's something we were talking about. We wanted to try the Vesper Lark Draw the Game combo. If you're open to shipping your list, ship it, because I would like to try it. Hey, good game, Pelican. Yeah, I don't know about the Battered Cow. Battered Cow, I don't know if it does enough in Historic, unless there's some other synergies that I was not thinking of. Have you ever thought about doing a Mirror Tribal for Against the Odds episode? We did a long time ago. I think I called it 2 Muirfinity and Beyond. Yup, I did. December 2016. We might have to revisit it, but yeah, it was like Mirror Galvanizer, infinite combo. Alright, we'll keep this. We got Seasoned Pyromancers for days. A battered cow? Yeah, it is. Yeah, you gotta batter a lot of cows to get a single troll. Lana or elves, go. Opponent, also Lana or elves. Like, I'm kind of like legitimately scared of elves now. Have any of you opened the Freyalise pack? One of the events I actually played was a Freyalise pack, and Freyalise is kind of insane. It is, oh, yes. Harmonic Prodigy. Galactic Company. Oh, well, okay. Not good, but at least we get to draw 2. Go attacking. Oh, that was going to be so good. Next turn, good turn. That wasn't a good Galactic Company. Bone it. The other thing I noticed, this is best of 3. The other thing I noticed was slivers are really check the, okay, watch this. Harmonic Prodigy. Oh, this is gonna be a turn. Elvish Visionary. Draw 3. Oh yes. This is the combo turn. We draw a 4th, another one. Okay. Oh, that comes into play tapped. Ramadan Bruins. Harmonic Prodigy. Oh wow. Birdie Tree Emissary. And 8 manas. Seasoned Pyromancer. Loot away literally our deck. Make a few tokens. End with, I guess, a Burning Tree. Play a Burning Tree. Make 8 mana. Seasoned Pyromancer. We would have liked to end with a Coco or card draw, but I guess this was still a reasonable turn 3. Not a bad turn 3 in Historic. Your go, opponent. Oh, thank you, Aloan. And opponent agrees that it was a pretty decent turn 3. Harmonic Prodigy is so sweet. Harmonic Prodigy is probably the best. Oh, we don't really have a plan for elves, do we? We don't have any sweepers. That might be bad. Dogabeth with a gift sub to Benny Mon. What's up, Benny? Welcome to the Vish Ball. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup to you for you. Thank you. I think Harmonic Prodigy is the best Panharmonicon they printed yet. As far as like double up your abilities, I think this is the best one. I will always have a special place in my heart with the original Panharmonicon. Other thing about this deck is I don't think it's absurdly expensive. Like, what do we have for higher rarity cards? So Harmonic Prodigy necessary, you can't cut it. Coco is really good. This is Shatter Skull Smashing is cuttable, but it's good. Fauna Shaman's good, but you could trim it. Bone Crusher was just, I couldn't figure out another shaman to put in, so you could definitely cut it or play in a braid. Seasoned Pyromancer, I mean, I guess it depends on the mana base, but I wouldn't say it's quite budget, but it's also not a ridiculous amount of wild cards, especially if you make some of those changes. I'm surprised we haven't got a triple Panharmonicon yet. Hey, what's up, Winzo? How are you? Hey, what's up, Looney? We are shamanamoniconing some historic players today, checking out new historic cards. What are we cutting? So we're on the draw. We're against elves. Let's go down 1 Coco, 1 Seasoned Pyromancer, 1 Fauna Shaman, something like that. We made 10 tokens with a single Seasoned Pyromancer. I like that many of the best cards from Jumpstart Historic Horizons are creatures. After getting We're going to keep this. It's a little risky, but we're going to keep it. After getting so many broken spells with the Mystical Archives, I'm glad that the next big burst of cards is primarily focused on creature decks and even tribal decks. Yeah, Historic Horizons just came out today, so we're checking out new Historic stuff. Ooh, Harmonic Ponza does sound sweet. We have some land destruction in the sideboard. It happens that Goblin Rune Blaster just so happens to be a shaman as its creature type, so one land, one keep, but we also have we also have Llanowar Elves, which helps. Gonna need another red source, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Would they ban Withering or Vesperlark in Historic? Oh, where'd that deck list go? I forgot to pull it up. I want to try the Withering deck list. That's red mana. That's helpful. Whoa! A ton of gift subs. Celevision, handing out gift subs to Ios Hunt, Crush, Ajani, Tabit, Bread Truck. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super over here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Do we need Elite? Scratch Shred Elite. Huh. Well, play this. Untapped. Go attacking. See what our opponent does. Thank you for all the gift subs. Oh, thank you, Premlicon. That was a neat leaking deck list. I like it. Lorehold Citadel. Ooh, did you send me that one earlier? That sounds familiar. Yeah. Definitely a cool idea. Little nervous about no black mana, or not much black mana to actually cast Citadel, but if you can reanimate it, it can do some pretty bonkers things. Ninjas is on the list too. Yeah, we probably won't play any one deck a ton, so we can jump around more. Let's do some stomping. And then some abrading. Well, alright. Rage Forger. And another Rage Forger. And hit you a bit. Not as explosive as last game, but still, we're playing against a pretty good deck in Elves. A deck on the rise and doing well. Yeah, probably have to try to jump around just so we can cover a bunch, and then go more in depth. Next stream, next week. Ooh, we have a donation. A new donation from Lucid. And opponent. Dun dun dun. 2-0. Lucid, $3 donation. Hey Seth, chance of a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle crossover in Neon Dynasty? Or do you think they'll have creature types Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle? I don't think they would do that with the creature types. I don't know, man. Who knows? I would be surprised. What would the connection be to just like I mean, I guess they could. I guess Kamigawa and Neon Destiny, I can see a bit of a connection to Ninja Turtles to go with the ninja thing. Yeah, I mean, I think a big question is going to be what IPs can Wizards actually get their hands on? Thank you so much for the donation, Lucid. Like, I saw people talking about Star Wars. I'm sure that Wizards would make Star Wars crossovers in an instant. However, can they get the rights to them? That's where I think some of the questions are going to be. And I don't know how that process works. Like, I don't know how easy or hard it is to get... Oh, Barney. Oh, my goodness. Barney would be about the lowest tier. I've been pretty understanding about Secret Lair drops, and Barney would be a bridge too far for me. I actually wrote an article. It's not out yet. An article that's probably going to make people, everyone mad at me. But an article about how I think freaking out over the Fortnite Secret Lair drop is a little silly. For most people. I think there are legitimate concerns. And if you're someone who's saying, I care primarily about Vorthos stuff in flavor, and having cards that are not traditional fantasy genre stuff in the game breaks my immersion, and that's the main thing I care about. I think that's a legitimate piece of feedback, and I empathize with that because Magic is a lot of things to different people. I don't care about that. Like, that doesn't matter to me. But there are people who that's the biggest thing. They love Magic because of the dragons and the fantasy or whatever, and that's what they care about most. So I think that for those people, I actually think that's a legitimate piece of feedback. On the other hand, there's also a lot of just complaints that to me come across as a little, I don't know, a little silly, maybe, let's go with, that are just like, I don't know, come across gatekeepery, or they're like, oh, we don't like people who play Fortnite. Fortnite's a horrible community and that kind of stuff, so it'll be interesting to see what people say about that. Hey, thank you, Pelmichion. So 4 mana. This deck gets off to some fast starts, doesn't it? Stomp Thraben Inspector. Rage Forge. Have they been holding a counter this whole time? Oh, this deck gets off to some really good starts. Yeah, I like the hollow food idea. The witches oven should help with the food plan. Well, hit ya, ping ya. Maybe Shaman is like a legit deck. Maybe we actually just brewed like a pretty real deck. Because so far we've kind of just been crushing people. Obviously not a ton of matches, but we got Rune Blaster in the sideboard, and this ramp deck is the kind of matchup where we would bring in Rune Blaster, so we might get to see some blasting action. Opponent, land. You got a Wrath? I mean, if they go Gross by a Wrath, then tip the hat. Opponent. Counting, looking, thinking. Also learned today that the Perpetual thing aren't copyable traits, at least power and toughness. If you clone a perpetual creature, it'll just copy the base stats. I mean, I think that's... Oh, that's what you got? Okay. Well, that should be the game then, right? So play this. Kill this. I don't even know if we need to kill it, but we might as well. Attack you a smidge, ping you a bunch. And yeah, that is the GG's. Opponent, 11 dead 9. Budget creature. Shaman. Harmonic Prodigy with Delina is amazing. Yeah, I didn't try Delina in the deck. Maybe Delina would be worth it. I was worried that it was too slow and expensive for Historic, but it does seem fun for sure, if you get a little lucky. What happened with Vesperlark and Davriel's Withering? Someone sent us a Withering deck that they've been playing, so I think we're going to try it in a minute. We might try that next for Science. All right, so we're definitely bringing in Klothys and Rune Blaster. Rune Blaster with Prodigy out is kind of hilarious. Do a bit of trimming. Definitely want the Cocos. Yeah, let's go one Fauna Shaman. Run it like that. I mean, I feel like, yeah, Rage Forger's insane. Well, that's a few Harmonic Prodigies. Would you like a whole set of exclusive cards? I mean, at this point, I'm kind of okay with them just going crazy in Historic. Go crazy, pull out all the stops, print all the busted, ridiculous, broken stuff. Just do it all. Sure, whatever, that's fine. Hearthstone it up. I gotta figure out how to build a a Davriel deck. Davriel won the next against Odds Bowl, and I don't know what to build with Davriel, honestly. All right, opponent fighting back. Apparently doesn't want to just immediately lose. Well, Harmonic Prodigy. Yeah. Opponent, Thragtusk. Sure. Now land on red. Burning Tree. Make 4 mana. Galactic Company. And Archmaster Rune Blaster. Rage Forger. Trigger. Attack you. Ping you. Alright. I mean, it could have been better. Not bad, though. Tips for making Soul Herder decks. I haven't built Soul Herder yet. That's a deck that's high on my list that I just haven't got to yet. How do you craft MH1 cards or MH2 cards on Arena? They're all there, and you craft them just like anything else. The hard part is you got to be able to find them, and there's not just a easy filterable tab to look them up. All right, opponent, Thragtusk enough. Desi J for the 45th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Well, land Coco. Trigger. Oh my god, double Rage Forger. Oh, this is gonna be a few triggers. Restoration, sure. Blink away. Blink away. This is gonna be a few triggers. Is it enough triggers to win the game after our opponent's life gain? Go attacking. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Still going? Oh my, how many? 24? Is this lethal? No, they got to chump with everything. Busted! Busted! I haven't built humans yet either. Alright, opponent. Down to 3. Got to block across the board, lose everything. Wow, this deck is crushing it. Opponent. Our opponent even, what, double blink? They played Thragtusk and double blinked Thragtusk. And they are still getting absolutely just rolled by Rage Forgers. Opponent. Yaryad. Scoops it up, scoops it up. Oh, all your historic decks are useless now. Rage Forger's coming from all. I mean, that actually is a bit of a concern. Like, that is a downside, that people spend a lot of money and lose it. Alright, so while we learn about this deck, busted, Jake for Jesus, first time sub. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, you cannot cast it. You're not cast it, I believe, right? I've chosen to not cast it before in Modern. All right, so we're going to switch up decks. This deck, heavily, highly recommended. Like, if you like Panharmonic God synergies, you like aggro, if you're tired of normal Gruul and you want something a little spicier and maybe even better because Rage Forger, Harmonic Prodigy, Seasoned Pyromancer are pretty busted, highly recommend this one. This deck, that felt pretty good. I mean, we just kind of... I mean, we only played 3 games because we want to try to get through more decks, so it's a small sample size, but we basically just stomped Did we even lose a game? We just, like, basically... I think we 3-0-6-0'd and just basically stomped all of our opponents, so... Decision Gaming! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have not played Squirrels yet. Alright, for science, let's throw this deck together real quick. This is the infamous Davriel's Withering draw the game combo deck. We're going to throw together this version, viewer submitted version. Shambling Ghast, Blood Artist. I really want to know what happens. Does it draw the game? Or do you time out? And I don't know the answer. I'm really interested. Priest of Forgotten. Priest of Forgotten Gods. Fauna. Shaman. Almost. Sorry, I can't see the chat at the moment. Prosperous Innkeeper. Vesper Lark. Woe Strider. Withering. So what do we do with Davriel for against odds? Like, how do you build around this card? I guess you just maybe Davriel Tribal or something. There's not really... It's so random that how do you build around it? Davriel, maybe discard. That one's been stumping me. I've been trying to figure out how to build the Davriel against odds deck, and I haven't yet. Davriel Tribal is the best that I've come up with so far. Collected Company. Davriel. Blade Splicer. Lands. All right, almost time for the memes. See if this deck actually works. Blooming Marsh, Kazeel Courtyard, Overgrown Tomb. Apparently this is a best of one deck. Maybe we just do it in best of one. Temple Garden, Phyrexian Tower. All right, close enough. Let's try. We mostly just want to see the combo. We're not going to play it for a ridiculous amount of time. Davriel works with the Vesper Lark combo, but does it really do anything specific with the Vesper Lark combo, or is it just a random value card? Can you explain? Okay, so this is a combo. Let me see if I. Oh, there's actually a link to the deck list too. I did all that typing for literally nothing. So this is a combo that takes advantage of the new Perpetual mechanic. Perpetual does something for the rest of the game. Doesn't matter if a creature dies, goes to the graveyard, gets blinked, goes in your library, goes in your hand. So Davriel's Withering gives a creature -1, -2, basically no matter what happens for the rest of the game. In any zone, in any plays, no matter what. The combo is play a Vesper Lark. Vesper Lark, when it dies, it reanimates a creature power 1 or less. If you kill it with Davriel's Withering, it's going to make Vesper Lark a 1 -2 because of the Perpetually. That applies in the graveyard. So this means Vesper Lark can now reanimate itself an infinite number of times. If you have a Blood Artist, you get infinite damage. If you have a Prosperous Innkeeper, you gain infinite life. So that's basically the idea. If you don't have any of those finishers, you can potentially just draw the game by reanimating. Oh my goodness. Oh my, okay. Oh, wow. We're going to try to draw the game. We're going to try to draw the game. We have the draw the game hand. I don't even care what happens. We're not even going to play a creature. Turn 3, draw the game. I just want to see what happens. We got it right off the bat. Yeah, I guess it actually does. So yeah, maybe that's the way to go, is just play the combo. Opponent plays a land. You could play a Dina. All right, combo time. So the question is, do we draw the game, or do we time out? I think we need to settings, auto order triggers. All right, here we go. So full control. Actually, play the land. Vesper Lark, evoke. Vesper Lark on the stack. Withering it. I mean, it should draw by rule the game draws. The only question is how does arena timeout system? I like that it screeches every time. Every time it reanimates. This is turn 3. This is turn 3. Our clock has not popped up yet for some reason. I mean, so if we wanted to win the game, we would have played Prosperous Innkeeper first, and now we gain infinite life as this happens. And that is a pseudo win. Or if we had Blood Artist, is a literal win. Oh no. Oh no. Is Arena not set up to handle this? See, this is my concern. Like, this does not make for a fun game of Magic for anyone. Ah, there it is. I would love to take a different action, Arena. All right, it does draw the game as theorized. So what this means, just so it's clear what this means. Okay, so yes, new mechanics, already breaking things. So what this means is, here's the trick. If you play this deck, your goal is to set up the game-winning combo. But if you decide to play it, keep in mind, if things are going poorly and you're about to die, you have this 2-card draw the game combo essentially in your back pocket. So if you're about to die, or even it's turn 3 and you're feeling behind, your opponent got off to a fast start and you don't have your combo pieces, just draw the game. Draw the game and go on to the next one. Drawing is better than a loss. And that's kind of the thing that concerns me. Now let's see if we can win the game with the combo. And then we'll move on and play some other decks, because we might end up doing an actual video with Davriel that's somewhat similar to this. Batitza, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big subscription for you. Thank you. Science isn't always fun. Do you think they will ban or errata Vesper Lark to say another creature would be okay with doing that? Yeah, that would be a possibility. I guess, yeah? I guess it doesn't really make one bit of difference in the greater Magic world. Like, there's no other mechanic, I don't believe, or card in Magic, in its history, that lets Vesper Lark reanimate itself. So I assume that if they did errata it to say another creature, it would have zero impact on, like, Modern or anything. That was pretty easy to pull off on turn 3. Like, what do you think the solution would be? Errata it to be a May? I guess that would also get around it. Oh, Mr. Second Amendment. Sometimes Twitch delays, and then they pop up later. My apologies. I don't know why. Every once in a while I have issues with that, where then 5 minutes from now, a bunch of subs will pop up. You're the second person that said, why didn't my sub pop up? So, my apologies. Mr. Second Amendment and other person whose name I can't find in chat. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Could make Withering to OP creatures only. That would probably be the cleanest solution, since it doesn't mess with a card that is real outside of historic, let's say. So you could make it, and unless that was part of the goal. Like, do you think this is a case where Wizards didn't realize this combo was a thing? Or did they intentionally make this combo to be a thing? Is it a punter bluff? Punter bluff. That's a question. Punter bluff from Wizards, design mode. Battlecry Goblin. Ooh. Speaking of Battlecry Goblin, we might be seeing some Battlecry Goblin in the future on the YouTube. Not in standard though. The more I've died to this card, the more I've thought about it, and the more I've started to realize maybe Battlecry Goblin's actually a good Magic card. Think it's probably a pun? That would be my guess. That would be my guess that it's probably a pun, and that they just didn't know the combo existed. Daliel! Or they would have made a small wording change like your opponent's creature or whatever. Daliel, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super over here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, they're attacking with Chieftain? Wow, okay. Block, die, kill. That was a aggressive attack. Oh, we need a Withering. We need a Withering. That's the missing piece of the puzzle. Ooh, Fauna Shaman. Overgrown Tomb. Llanowar Elves, go. I mean, they did straight up miss the Saheeli combo. That is for certain. Opponent. Oh, you missed the greatest play in the history of Historic. Drawing the game with Vesperlark. So not playing Harmonic Shamans. We started off with Harmonic Shamans. I think they were kind of treating today like a opponent learned from their last attack. I think they were kind of treating today like a pre-release stream, in the sense that I think we're going to jump around a bit rather than playing one or two decks for the whole stream. So I think we're going to do a sampler of new Historic stuff today, and then next week we'll go more in depth with some of the decks next stream. Do they change Arena to count as a loss and not a draw in those cases? Maybe. Ugh. Chaos Sampler. I like. Oh no, Hasty Krenko. Well, I mean, where's the Withering? Where's the Withering? Bone it. Makes a ton of Hasty Goblins. Oh, we got to be desperate here, don't we? We can scry a bunch. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. All right. Tano's handing out some gift subs to Garbage Andy and Kerfwids and Artie Dead and Alex Brandro and Chapel. And also thank you to you, Tano's. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super over here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Davriel's been a tough one. I've been trying to figure out what I'm going to do with Davriel for against odds, and I have not figured it out yet. Well, I guess we can block 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 5 mana. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. All right, block with that. We're blocking and sacking our board. Block. Digging for the Withering for the win. Llanowar Elves, not Davriel's Withering. Whoa, Strider, Zach Fauna Shaman. Are you Davriel's Withering? No, Blood Artist. Well, your turn, Prosperous Innkeeper. Withering, please. Vesperlark, another one of those. Uh-oh. Well, we might be dead here, just as we don't find a Withering. Well, all right. We get a blind draw. We scried a bunch to the bottom. Coco. Yeah, it doesn't do it. That's not a Withering. Oh, wow, and we whiff Davriel and its Withering. The best hope for Davriel might be in a combo deck like this, honestly, because Davriel can be a backup with the Vesperlark, because it perpetually gives -3, -3. So we'll do one more of these, and then we'll play another one. They did not add Plague Engineer. Actually, after playing this deck, I wonder if it wants more Davriels. Because Davriel, that would give us 8 Witherings, and we have Collected Company and Fauna Shaman to find Vesperlark. I wonder if just playing a bunch of Davriels is the way to go. Metal Coyote, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super over here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. No Plague Engineer, which is probably... This is much like last hand where If we find Withering, we win. Yeah, I think this deck, man, this might be the direction to go with Davriel. See if we can get this combo banned before they ban it. Opponent plays Soul Warden. Well, this is going to be interesting because this might mean that we both gain. Huh. What happens if we combo off with a Soul Warden on the battlefield? So far, the new combo has been super fun, Hazenbull. Good luck bowling with Davriel. Carson says it's -2, has over 5,000 combinations. Yeah, I mean, that is the challenging part, is it's a very random effect. All right, let's keep playing things. I mean, if we find a Davriel's Withering, we just draw the game, try again. If we can't beat the Soul Warden. We'll just draw it. We'll just draw it. Yeah, I'm guessing that Cardboard Live hasn't updated completely yet, and that's kind of the issue. Opponent. Thinking it over. Skyclave, gonna get Fauna Shaman. Sure. Sure. Alright, well. Yeah, we need more Davriels. I think that's the solution. If you draw, you'll have more life. I mean, if we draw... Oh, no. 2 Soul Wardens. We might actually be on the draw the game plan now. Because I'm not sure we can beat this number of Soul Wardens. Coco. Ha. Priest of Forgotten Gods. Blood Artist. Oh, but that's a Righteous Valkyrie. Everything's huge. Opponent goes attacking, no blocks. Withering. Collected Company. Also not a Withering. Well, Priest. Actually, that's Shambling Ghast. Everyone gains life. Priest. Sack. Treasure. Draw. Drain. Whiff. Okay. Oh, what a weird game as a turn. Yeah, we can't kill him because they've grown so much because of the Valkyrie. Righteous Valkyrie is a very strong card in these decks. About it. I feel like a Dark Trilogy is quite good. OG Ravnica, depending on how you define old. What do you think of Brothers War? Like how? So what is the lore of Brothers War? I know the very basics. Urzura, Mishra, blah blah blah. What is the actual lore? What's going on with Brothers War? Opponent gonna go attacking. Hit us. And is it one of the better stories? Oh my God, Whiff City. Well, Shambling Ghast give us something to sack, I guess. Blood Artist. Gain some life. Sack. Treasure. Drain you. Draw. Oh! Withering. Opponent only has 1 Soul Warden. We have 2 Blood Artists. I think this works. I think we got there. So, alright, sack this. Make black. Oh, we already have 2 black. Alright. Well, evoke Vesperlark. Looks like a combo to me. Vesperlark. This is going to be a lot of triggers. Kill it. Can we do it without timing out is the question. Vesperlark. Oh no. Oh, we're definitely timing out this time. Oh no. Vesperlark. We even have to target with the Blood Artist? And click Resolve. Oh. Is Zulaport Cutthroat legal with this format? Because I'm definitely very concerned about timing out here. I don't know if we can do it. We're only gaining 1 each time we go through the loop because our opponent has this ridiculous setup. Like, we do win, but the Soul Word is making it so slow. Oh, Vesperlark. Scoop, opponent. You're dead. You're dead. Hey, what's up, awesome dude? Good. We are going infinite with Vesperlark reanimating itself. So far, there's been some sweet stuff going on in Historic. Yeah, save targets would be a nice addition. It is funny that somehow Moto is so old, but it's so much better at supporting combos. Vesperlark. Wow. It has taken us like 1,000,000 triggers to get rid of. 1,000,000 triggers to get rid of like 5 life. Alright, opponent realizes this is going to happen forever and scoops it up. Okay. Okay, that deck actually feels kind of sweet. Well, we're not going to play this one too much because there's a non-zero chance that some version of this combo could show up on the YouTube because we got to build that Davriel deck, and this might be the easiest way to play Davriel. Whew. Alright, so what are we doing next? Here are the options we got floating around. We played Shaman. Shaman seemed great. We tried the new combo. More on that in the future, but the combo seemed pretty successful. We got Affinity. We have Pool of Vigorous Growth Ramp. We have Ninjas. We have Enchantress. We have Shrine Enchantress. We have Freyalise Elves. Momir. I don't have a Humans deck yet. We could also do some brewing on stream at some point. Affinity, Momir, Ninjas, Enchantress. So it seems like Momir and Ninjas are popular. All right, I think the order is going to be okay, let's do Ninjas, Momir, Affinity as the next decks at this point. Let's plan on that. Have you played any Jumpstart? I have, Mr. Second Amendment. So Ninjas, it wants to do one thing. Ninjas want you to play an evasive 1-drop. For this we have Fairy Seer, Merfolk Windrobber, Changeling Outcast, and Eye Collector. These evasive 1-drops let us ninjutsu Ingenious Infiltrator Ninja the E-Powers into play on turn 2, and then hopefully just snowball that card advantage. We also got a Mist Syndicate Naga. We got Thought Seizes. We got some counters and removal. That's why we're playing like Eye Collector to try to mill cards to power up Drown in the Lock. And that's the deck. That's basically the deck. Ninja Snowball, essentially. Merfolk have gotten some support too. Yeah, apparently no one wants to see elves, even though I think elves are pretty good because I think Freyalise is kind of busted. Affinity's on the list. We will try some Affinity. I promise. We'll get to it. We still got a few decks to get through, so we'll get to it. Affinity's on the list. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's true. Elves just does one thing, which is kind of dump their hand in it. Oh no, we're in best of 1 still. Well, okay. I guess we play out this one in best of 1, and then we'll go back to best of 3 for sure. Yeah, I will be interested to see how ninjas do. I'm not sure how they will work in Historic, but we're gonna find. Wow, so many Soul Sisters. We are going to find out. Eye Collector. Go. Tried some elves earlier today. Freyalise was awesome. Yeah, that was my experience just playing the limited events, that Freyalise, it kind of caught me by surprise just how strong it was. Like, I thought it was one of the strongest cards in the set, And then it ended up being way better than I thought. It is also kind of a cute combo that we can memory lapse and then mill it. That's called a combo. Definitely a combo. Mill that Valkyrie. Land. Blue. Wind Robber. No ninja, though. No ninja yet. Hey, what's up, Archburglar Lord? How are you? Opponent, how are you? Memory Lapse is a brutal card. It is a brutal one. Faceless Haven. I guess they can reanimate it at some point. Bishop of Wings. Memory Lapse. There's a ninja. Go to combat. Attack you. Pick up Eye Collector. Hit ya. Start drawing cards. This is where we want to be. Mill the Bishop. Yes, draw a card. Drown Catacombs. Go. Just like rogues with extra steps. Ah. I could do it again. Oh. Keep on lapsing them. About it. Gives a Valkyrie. That's a good draw. Fatal Push. Go attack it. Picking them apart. Draw that card. We need more ninjas. We need a... Wow, milled another Valkyrie. Thoughtseize not looking too good. Yeah, I think we're just going to pass in Castle Lockwood. Lapse is pretty strong. Can I show you my Cody Commander deck? Yeah, I'd love to see it, Drizzt Dirt. Opponent, Speaker of the Heavens. Levels up. Ugh, more lands. I don't go to combat. Attack ya. We really want the other ninja. Ingenious Infiltrator draws even more cards. Well, Changeling Outcast. Eye Collector. Pass the turn. Opponent does get to get something back, unfortunately. Hey, have a good time, Sally Sal. See you soon, hopefully. About it. Levels up. Reanimates. I assume they're getting a Valkyrie, probably. A Valkyrie is kind of a lot to get through. It's a big body. Gains life. Grows a thing. As far as I know, as the game got older, I tended to stop using real things, started using made-up ones. What game was that, Tonos? About it. Well, alright. Ugh, we're kind of flooding at the moment, honestly. If our opponent gets... We're going to lose this, aren't we? Oh, my goodness. Oh, yeah, we're super dead. Well. We are not planning to just draw only lands this game. But that is what we did. I'll hit you for... Wow, this was Ninjas running at its worst. Silver for Karn. Shaman are insane. That is the deck we started off with for our first games, and it is really powerful. Yeah, that is a problem, is our opponent being able to make... Wow, that's it? Okay. Okay. Well, that was an interesting attack by our opponent. Caboose! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Okay. Things may have taken a turn for the better because we get to drown in the lock. Get rid of the Valkyrie. play the tap land. Go to combat. We got to keep our opponent below 27. Attack, attack. Milieu. Oi, Buck's not dead! Welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big chip for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I would recommend building it. It felt really good, and it's super fun. About it. Oh, yeah, I guess, yeah, you're right. Oh, yeah, this thing can't block. We should have attacked with it. You are correct. Let me see, Drizzy. Opponent, think of things over. Cody's definitely... I like commanders like Cody that are unique, different build-around type commanders. That looks like a super fun Cody deck. Hypergenesis, that's spicy. Yeah, it looks cool, Drizzy. I don't know if our opponent's like salting out. Well, we milled a couple Thought Seizes, which is nice. Get back Fairy Seer. We need Ingenious Infiltrator. That is a card. If we draw that, we just like explode and refill our hand and theoretically win. So that's what we want to find. That is what we need. Yeah, that's been the problem. Well, technically two, but yeah, we haven't been able to find another ninja. All right. Ninja the D-Powers is fine. That is a ninja. Opponent. Huh. Why are your historic decks invalid? There wasn't any bannings, right? That's very strange. Arena's been super buggy the last few days. Or since yesterday, really. Block, block. Sack. Yeah, there's been all kinds of bugs the last couple days on Arena. Land. Oh, play the land. Go to combat. Attack. Attack. Ninjutsu. Pick up the Eye Collector. Hit ya. Opponent down to 18. Missing the Kanaga could actually be sweet in this matchup. Alright, pass the turn. Soul Warden. Gain some life. Oh no! This Cleric class with the Soul Warden off the top is gonna let our opponent steal this, aren't they? Oh yeah, that is going to beat us. Interesting. Ouch. Wow, we fizzled a little too long. We went through so much of our deck. I think you just gotta chalk this up to poor running. McGarry! I missed the last stream. Did you already share your thoughts on the showcase and all the new info? We talked about it quite a bit. We did. Yeah, I mean, now that our opponent can make angels, they just have this. Yeah, we just didn't draw ninjas, basically. And we drew an ungodly amount of lands for what this deck is. Yeah. Did you see a meme where Fortnite reprints were all original dual lads? I didn't see that. Yeah, maybe we should have cast a Lockwayne. Although then, if we cast a Lockwayne, then we have to jump block the other creature. Well, how many... I think this land deck only has like 22 lands. And it has a lot of ingenious infiltrators that we were not able to find. Yeah, 22 lands. Well, sometimes all 22 show up on the battlefield. Yeah, so all the announcements, thank you for the resub, by the way, McGarry. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Big scoops here for you. Yeah, the announcements, there's a lot to take in. Much of it I'm excited about. Some of it I'm not as excited about. Unfortunate tap lands. Goblins. Well, okay. Thought it's easier. Take. Ooh, I think the concern about ninjas is they're not very powerful. Jimbo Shady, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So yeah, I think a lot of the standard sets look interesting. Not sure about how the gangster set is going to turn out. I'm excited to see how it turns out, but that's definitely the weirdest of the bunch. Yeah, I mean, we can't beat this. Well, I can't beat it. I'll take a Battlecry Goblin, pay Wind Robber. We're at 13, pass the turn. The Secret Lair drops. Wow, that's a top deck and a half. The Secret Lair drops are just, they're not really for me. I hope that they do good for the game. I really don't know. I really don't have any idea. Like, I can see two things. Here's what I can see. I could see the best case scenario is Wizards Prince of Few Secret Lair drops with all these other IPs. Those end up bringing new players into the game, and it is a hugely positive thing. Maybe there are some enfranchised players who complain about it. Maybe there's some that even it's such a big deal to them they even leave the game altogether. Those are possibilities, but Wizards brings in a ton of new players and the game thrives as a result. That would be the best case scenario. The worst case scenario is Wizards does a ton of Secret Lair drops. They anger all of their long-term fans, and many of them actually do quit the game, and they don't actually get any new players out of the deal. Maybe some people are like, oh, I like Fortnite, that's funny, I'll pick it up as a gag gift or whatever. But none of those people actually play Magic. And I don't think, that's one of the things that we've never really figured out with like the Walking Dead Secret Lair drop. We've heard that it sold a ton, and that's one of the best-selling Secret Lair drops they've ever done. But I actually really wonder how many of those people play Magic or started to play Magic. Like, did many of those people like pick up cards and are like, wow, this game is amazing, I'm going to pick it up and start playing it, and now they're like on Arena and going to FNMs? Or did a lot of Walking Dead fans like pick up a Secret Lair drop and were like, oh, $50, that's not bad to have these weird cards sitting on my, my collection of Walking Dead memorabilia. So, and I don't think we know the answer to that. Is it really growing the game, or is it just making more money? What if the Fortnite reprints are bangers? I mean, I hope they are. I think that would be reprints that are in demand are good things for the game, even if people don't like the actual IP. So it'll be very interesting, I think, to see how it all shakes out. And I don't know the answer. Well, we're back into flat out mode. Go attacking. Draw a card. Well, run out about a bunch of stuff past the turn. What would it take to get me to buy a secret lair drop? I mean, so like Bob Ross lands, that was one that was for me. The old Border Alpha Planeswalkers, that's one that I haven't bought it, but I might. That one does appeal to me. Whirly boy, your content got me into Magic, so thank you. No, thank you for the addiction. Oh, well, welcome to the Fishbowl. And Gernardi Way, welcome you as well for the 14th month. Big soup tier for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, we're gonna try some. Affinity in the future. Opponent takes up Chandra. Yeah, the Alpha Walkers are awesome. What do you think of the new Secret Lair drops? Are you getting any of them? What are the ones that excite you the most? So opponent plays a Snoop. We will thin the deck. Get a land. Opponent passes. More lands. Well, kill the Snoop. Hit Chandra. Hit Chandra. Hit our opponent. Opponent jumps. Pass the turn. Oh. Street Fighter, I am also into fighting games. Yeah, Street Fighter should be interesting. Opponent takes up Mons. Plays it. Well, we'll memory lapse it. Opponent. The problem I have with licensed secret lairs is that secret lair. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Ninjas like the lands, apparently.
Is that all you got?
The thing about ninjas is they really don't want to flood out because their cards are pretty bad. So you need a lot of them. And when you have a lot of lands instead of a lot of non-lands, that is not good for a tribe like ninjas. More modern era cards with the alpha rules would be interesting. I've heard some complaints about them not being comprehensible, which I think Wizards has just moved past that, basically, at this point. Well, kill Chandra. Alright, opponent has munitions expert. Sure. I'll play Eye Collector. Land 90. Go.
Yup, you're going down.
Ninjas, you're supposed to use other cards to sneak them into play. The good ones are heavy hitting one shot. Well, I think the best ninjas are the ones that draw cards, honestly. There's not really any, and there's also not really heavy hitting ninjas that are legal in. Oh my. All right, we're just gonna pretend like this game where we drew every land didn't actually happen. Wow, that was potential. That was brutal. Isn't ninjas like Curious Obsession, but with black? Well, you don't really want to play things like Curious Obsession. Yeah, we just flooded out twice in a row. You don't really want to play things like Curious Obsession because you want to be picking up all your creatures. Like, that's the whole thing that ninjas do is ninjutsu. Hopefully we get to see a better game where we draw more spells and less lands. I mean, we're only playing 22 lands, which I think is... Maybe you could go to 21, but I actually think that 22 is probably, like... Probably the correct number. I think Mist Syndicate's pretty bad. But, I don't know, maybe it'll be different in Historic, but... I have always found Mist Syndicate to be pretty underperforming and poor when I've played it in other formats. Dragon's Rage Channeler. Well, Eye Collector. Go. And we haven't seen a Genius Infiltrator so far, period. And that is the best ninja in the format and best card in our deck. Opponent, Unholy Heat. Goes attacking. Well, I guess we gotta kill the Channeler. Pass the turn. Definitely not best of one, no. Opponent, another Channeler. Well, play a land. Changeling Outcast. Hey Seth, is there a color of card that you prefer not to play, like Crim with green? No, I don't really have anything against any of Magic's colors. There's some I play more than others, depending on the format, but no, I don't dislike any color. Ultra Week, welcome to the Fish Bowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super over here. Thank you. And the kind words, appreciate those as well. All right, well, land, attack, ninjutsu. Draw. Oh, now we finally have found an ingenious infiltrator. We'll see. We'll see if it's too late to the party. In theory, it refills our hand and is insane. In practice, our opponent's got expressive iteration going, so it might be different in practice. About it. Oh, there's certainly decks that I don't like, that's for sure, like Trod. What do you think about Ornithopter as an enabler so you can turn one Thoughtseize? I feel like the deck already struggles from playing a lot of underpowered cards. And I feel like at least Changeling Outcast and so forth are... That's an ambitious attack. At least cards like Changeling Outcast do something. So that's always been my problem with Ornithopter is... It's just... it just doesn't do anything, period. Alright. Well, let's see if we can have a good turn and draw some non-lands. Attack. Infiltrator. Pick up Eye Collector. Draw 4. This is where ninjas are supposed to be good. About it. Takes their beats. Infiltrator. Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize. Yes, please. I don't Thoughtseize you. Take Expressive Iteration. Thoughtseize you. Expressive Iteration. Pass the turn. Gonna be close. What does our opponent find? Yeah, our opponent is playing Grixis Arcanist. Plays Arcanist. Land. Passes. I'll play the land. Infiltrator. Go to combat. Attack. Draw 2. Life is so much better once we get infiltrators going. Ooh, Fatal Push is nice. Alright, Eye Collector. I think we might be good past the turn. Opponent. Doesn't even crack the fetch. Untaps. And gets the Luris. Oh dear. Oh dear, opponent. That should be game. Fatal Push. Arcanist. Ninjas. Do you think Fallen Shinobi would have been too good for Historic? I doubt it. I think it'd be fine. November, welcome. There we go. There's some good ninja action. November, welcome to the Fish Bowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. Huh, I wonder if splashing for Luris is worth it in our opponent's deck. Yeah, I feel like some of the tribes have enough support to be... We have okay, Merfolk is an example of a tribe that already had a ton of support and got more support. Or Elves already had a lot of support, got more support. Ninjas, they didn't have very much support. My guess is this is kind of a plant for after we go back to Kamigawa. I mean, I think that ninjas and ninjutsu is pretty heavily associated with Kamigawa. I would be pretty shocked if we didn't get some of that stuff in the format. So it might be that ninjas aren't quite good enough yet, but once we get to Kamigawa, they might really take off. At least that's what I'm hoping. And maybe they're good enough now. Like maybe they are already good enough. Eh. Alright, try it like that. A ninja planeswalker would be interesting. Yeah, Ink Eyes. I wonder, Ink Eyes probably wouldn't be too good, right? It's, what, 5 to ninjutsu and it reanimates something from your opponent's graveyard when it hits? We haven't seen Ink Eyes in a long time. Does the blue black merfolk that ninjutsus and lets you play your opponent's creatures in the graveyard have the ninja creature type? Wait, I don't need. That's a card. There's a blue black merfolk that ninjutsus. Zerasan doesn't really work with ninjas. Zerasan. Oh, that's a lot of problems all in one. All right. Well, take the card draw. Doesn't Zerasan require a rogue? I feel like Zerasan requires a rogue. Yeah, you gotta have an unblock rogue. So I mean, you could try to play rogues with ninjas in it. So that would be a possibility. I mean, we incidentally have some rogues in our deck, so maybe it'd be fine. I'm really not sure. Like, so the question is, I think there's better 1-drops to play. I think there's better 1-drops to play if you don't care about Drown in the Lock. And the question is, how much does this deck need Drown in the Lock to work? Drown in the Lock is really strong. Is it worth trying to play cards specifically to support it? Well, go to combat, attack ya. Wow, trading up. All right, that's good. Wind Robber, go. Trading a 1/1 Flying Man for a Dorat, not bad, not bad, not bad. About it. Yeah, Fairy Seer isn't, but many of them are. I really like the combat trickery and card draw you get with Grazilax. You can send the team bounce back bad blocks. Yeah, I haven't tried Grazilax. I wonder if Grazilax would be worth it. Maybe. Opponent, gonna exile, sure. Grazilax. So, 3-mana 3/2, legendary. Whenever a creature you control becomes blocked, can bounce into your hand. Whenever one more creature you control deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. I mean, I could see playing it as like a 1-of, possibly. Opponent passes. I'll go to combat. Attack you. Ninja. Draw a card. Land? Now we would actually like a land. Miss Syndicate Naga. Alright, well, Wind Robber returns. Yeah, maybe we'll have to try Gazlag sometime. Oh, opponent's draw was a memory lapse. Interesting. Alright. That's a good draw. I don't know if you check your comments on Goldfish videos that you don't post, but how do you feel about the toxic comments that get commented on Crim's posts? I would have to go read them. Wind Robber. Opponent. Another memory lapse. Okay. Well, this is getting obnoxious. Opponent's very good at drawing memory lapse. Yeah, I'm not really sure in specific what what those comments are. I guess I'd have to go read them. Uh, in general, my feeling is, oh, with the YouTube, we've always had a pretty easygoing attitude as long as you're sticking to Magic. So if you want to go in the YouTube comments to my video and be like, wow, you messed that up, or uh, you punted, you're a horrible player, that's never been something that has really been, I mean, obviously the more positive comments the better, but that's never been something that has been something where that's really been moderated. Where it's been moderated, and my goal's always been when it crosses the line into more personal attacks on individual people. So as long as it sticks to the game and it isn't about your appearance or things like that, when it gets into personal stuff, that's where I tend to have uh, more moderation type stuff, or people being suspended, or comments deleted. So that's kind of been the overall thing. So I'd have to read through them. I have seen that sometimes like people make comments about Crim's not ideal plays, but if there's something that's crossing into more of a personal realm that I haven't noticed, then that would be something that I would try to deal with. And also, to some extent, Crim actually does enjoy that, and so Crim's kind of in a unique situation that he actually does kind of feed off of the trolling, and he likes to play trolling deck and rile up the YouTube comments. So yeah, I don't. If there's something specific that I missed, definitely send me a link or something, and I will look into them and deal with them as necessary. But that's the general line for the YouTube that we've had. As long as you stick to Magic, if you want to tell me I'm a horrible player, or I mean, for me personally, I'm pretty understanding of people saying like they hate my voice and things like that. Like, I don't know. I guess I have I'm pretty good at letting stuff like that roll off. But yeah, so that's kind of the overall idea of it. Yeah, Crim. Crim does feed off that stuff, and it cracks me up. I mean, I also like a little friendly trolling. I think I like to troll a little more subtly than Crim does. Maybe I like to kind of troll with a straight face, so you don't really know if I'm trolling or not, or if I'm being serious. That's kind of more my sense of humor. Awesome! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean, there's advantages to playing stupid sometimes. Well, thank you for all. I wasn't fishing for voice compliments, but thank you. Bugler rats. Oh, more changeling outcasts. No, I'm on it. Untaps. What a grinding game. I think we're gonna switch to another deck after this. Hey, have fun, Big Sticks. Hey, Seth. Would it make sense to play Tetsuko Yumizawa with your ninjas to get in when they're on the board? It doesn't work with Ninja the Deep Hours or Infiltrator, does it? I think it's only power or toughness of 1. Yeah, so that would be the issue. Like, our things that have 1 toughness are already either unblockable or flying. And then our ninjas, outside of Missing which is a 1 of, and I don't think is especially good, but our ninjas all have 2 or 3 toughness and power. So I feel like I like the idea, and I like the thinking, but I don't think it would actually play out that well, just because our most important ninjas wouldn't be unblockable because of it. Chop Chop Fruit, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright. Well, this is going to get Spell Pierce. Opponent's going to get a token. They play Dorat. Opponent goes attacking. Yeah, opponent might begin there. I mean, 2 young Pyromancers is just a ridiculous amount of value. Steiner! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super chat for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank ya. No Toski. Toski's just in awkward colors, mostly. Yeah, I think we're just dead, right? There's no way we're gonna get in enough damage from this point. Alright. Alright. Are we gonna play Merfolk tonight? Merfolk is not currently on the list. That doesn't mean it's impossible, but probably unlikely that we Merfolk tonight. I don't even know if we're gonna get through all the decks we currently have on the list, so Merfolk at some point. So far, what have we learned? Shaman, insane. Davriel's Withering combo seems pretty strong. Ninjas probably needs work or more pieces. There's an equipment in AFR Thieves' Tool. Thieves' Tool. What is Thieves' Tool? Alright, we will play first. Well, this is the nut draw if we draw. We're going to keep this. Like, we probably just lose and do nothing, but this is the kind of hand we want to see. Like, 1-drops into a bunch of ninjas, into the snowball. Yeah, the unblockability of Thieves' Tool is cool, but 2 to cast and 2 to equip seems pretty expensive. Opponent. Now we draw the land, go into combat, attack. Well, do some infiltrating. What? Unsummon? Unsummon? Really? Okay, they got us really good with that. I didn't know that was a card that people were playing in Historic. Wow, I was thinking we got like basically everything covered. Every Unholy Heat doesn't get it. Shock doesn't get it. Like, we're guaranteed to get in, and the surprise unsummon. Yeah, that was a huge blowout in our opponent's favor for sure. Is this deck pretty wildcard friendly? What rares and mythics does it need? It is very wildcard friendly outside of whatever you use in the mana base. All the deck lists are listed on the spreadsheet, but currently with a ton of rares in the mana base, 14. All right, opponent draws an Unholy Heat. That unsummon, I think, is going to just cost us the game. Like, I'm pretty sure that just beats us. Because the way this deck wins is is basically a tempo game plan. And it needs to start drawing cards on turn 2 to be able to execute that game plan. Like, that is the whole reason to play this deck. And once that doesn't happen, we got another one. And once that doesn't happen, the wheels can come off pretty quickly. Opponent. Alright, let's try this take 3. Yeah, so if you can play a budget mana base, or you have lands in your collection, it is not too bad. Probably about 10 rares in the deck. Alright, we drew a card. Well, Wind Robber. Changeling Outcast. Well, we'll see. Is it just too late? Maybe. Would love to see, is it Shaman since Dragon Rage Chain or Young Pyromancer are Shaman? Yeah, I mean, I think... yeah, I mean, you could go that direction. Some short... wow, another one. Some sort of, like, Shaman Wizard hybrid, maybe? Could be something. There's not many blue Shaman, I don't believe. Do they have an unsummoned could always ninjutsu to the ninjutsu? Ooh. Yeah, Drown is a good card. Man, so is Expressive Iteration. Yeah, opponents hit all the removal this game for sure. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how good Dragon's Rage Channeler is. It's obviously insane in Modern, and their Surveil's very powerful, but I don't think it's going to be turned on turn 1 consistently like it is in Modern. And that's been what it's looked like in this matchup, where our opponents turning it on like turn 5, turn 4, which, I mean, that's still a fine card, but opponent, Young Pyromancer, part 40. Goes attacking. Yeah, I mean, too slow of a start for the ninjas, and, well, might be time to move on to the next deck. Go to combat. Attack. Ninjutsu. Draw 2. I mean, I guess our opponents also had double Young Pyromancer both of the games that they won, and we just haven't drawn removal in a timely manner. So Wind Robber. Eliminate. Pass the turn. Ban Soul Herder? Yeah, Soul Herder is definitely something I'm excited to try. Do you have a Vesper Lark combo list? We have one that someone sent in and we played a couple games with. If you remind me when we're not in a game, I will try to export it and put it in the chat. Yeah, I think I'm excited to play Soul Herder too. I haven't built it yet, but I think the Soul Herder definitely has potential. Wow. All right. Next deck. All the Unholy Heats. So I will say ninjas seem to be the biggest disappointment so far. Not sure ninjas actually have the power. We might be in wait until Kamigawa mode for ninjas to actually be good enough. I think they could be a good budget deck, and maybe there's a way to just like keep improving it or changing the build. But this is the first deck we played where I'm just like, that doesn't actually feel good. Well, let's try some Momir. Let's try some Momir. Hey, what's up, Docking? We've played. Oh, let me export this deck real quick. So this is just a viewer submitted best of one Davrio Withering deck. Probably end up building one. Perhaps for against odds, we'll see. Because we do have to play Davriel, that might be the way to go. But here is the Withering deck. So we played Shaman. Shaman insane. I think the deck is like super good, like legitimate, maybe top tier style deck. So Shaman insane. We played the Withering combo deck, which it felt pretty good. We were playing best of one. We'll do some best of 3 within the future, but the combo itself seemed like it was could be pretty good. Ninjas, that was our first disappointment. Now we got to try to get through some more decks. We're gonna try some Momiring. Pull a Vigorous Growth. This is just a ramp deck. The idea is you ramp. You hopefully stay alive. We got some Shark Typhoons. We got a couple Elrond's Epiphanies. We got some Dirty Ugins as a sweeper. But what we're really trying to do is just get up to like 7 mana, 8 mana, and every turn pull a Vigorous Growth, spin the wheel, make a random Momir creature, and see what happens. That is the goal of the deck. The rest of the deck is hopefully going to ramp us and keep us alive long enough to do that. So Affinity's coming, Elstrummer. It is. It's next. It's next on the list. Wouldn't Itara be good in ninjas? Yeah. I mean, I think it'd be fun. I don't know if it'd be good. I mean, maybe you just can't play modern style ninjas. Like modern and legacy style ninjas, you want to go evasive creature, 2-drop ninjutsu, snowball that value. Maybe historic ninjas has to go in another direction. I mean, Pool of Vigorous Growth is literally Momir. Like, it is Momir that is legal and constructed. It's one of the most far out cards that they made. I don't know if it's even a good thing. Well, alright. No Pool of Vigorous Growth, but we can stay alive and draw some cards to look for it, so... That's our finisher anyway. I don't think we want to be activating it like X3 most often, unless we have like literally nothing to do. I think we really ideally want to be activating it 6, 7, 8 plus. Is there a list of cards that the Momir enchantment can get, or is it just anything that's historic legal? Should be anything that is historic legal. Opponent, gonna thought seize us. Good thing we don't have Pool of Vigorous Growth. Are they a control deck? Well, the good news is I feel like Pool is at its best against a control deck if we can resolve it. Oh, they're not a control deck if they're taking Wrath of God. Alright, well, land. Go. Opponent. What is our opponent doing? Blue-black take the Wrath. Yeah, there is Pact to Negation. Opponent, more thought seizes. Sure. What is the spellbook 1-drop card pool? You know, maybe we should be... you know what? After this game, I might add this. I might add that to the deck, too. Maybe we just play random ramp. Random card ramp. There are 10 1-drops. There's 2 of each color. I don't know if I know the whole list off of my head. Some of them are pretty bad. All right, what... So the red ones, Double Strike, so Assault Strobe and Lightning Bolt. The black ones... Dark Ritual and I don't know the second one. Blue. Oh dear, this is harder than I thought. There's 10 of them. 2 of each color, 10 of them. But I can't remember them all. The white ones, Sword to Plowshares and Random Life Gain. Why is our opponent taking the Wrath if they're playing a blue-black control deck? Land for our opponent. And passes. Grow Spiral. Ponder and... Wait. What counter do they have? More lands. Well, Play the land past the turn. Come on, Pool. We got the mana. We need the Pool. We need the Pool. Helichrome. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so... Oh, Force Spike. That's right. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I think that's part of the Wizard's goal, is it's like... I don't know where to find the Davriel list either. Like, I don't think Wizards... necessarily wants it to be easy to know. I think they want it to be like a surprise where you're like, oh, I do this thing and something random and magical happens. So I almost think they're like intentionally... Ooh. Oh. Alright. Oh, it's so much better. You know, let's wait a turn. Let's wait a turn. It's so much better if we get one more land. Oh, it gives you the whole list of 10 cards when you click it? Does Davriel do that as well? Erberg, first time sub. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am still super confused why they took that Wrath and the Declaration in Stone. They took 2 things that... Okay. Oh, are they playing... Are they trying to play ninjas? Okay. Well, If they're trying to play ninjas, we're gonna try to keep them from Spell Pierce, sure. Well, let's cultivate. Pool! We need a pool! Elder Gargaroth. We need the pool! They gotta be playing ninjas. They gotta be playing ninjas with Ornithopter instead of better one drops. Opponent. This is a Momir deck. Alright, get your ninjutsu on. Opponent. I'm gonna do some manual tappage. Alright, opponent has successfully ninjutsu'd. Draws a card. Replays Ornithopter. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, let's cross this. Draw many lands. Alright. Still no pool. 24 cards deep, no pool. Opponent has a Archmage's Charm to draw 2 cards, untaps. Land. And Fatal Push. Goes to combat. Ninjutsus. Well, opponent has not had any problem running poorly with their ninjas. Opponent. Biggest wish for the Innistrad sets. Ooh. I hope we get some good reprints. There's a lot of really expensive cards from the Innistrad sets that really need to be reprinted. Yeah, this one's, I think, just over at this point. Outland Ugin. Opponent. So you can see this is when ninjas are at their best, is when they're able to do this snowball thing forever. Alright, next game. So opponent might be a good matchup against our deck, considering that they are playing like every possible counter, and we are not really playing instant speed removal. The problem is we never found Pool of Vigorous Growth. Never, 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 which is very disappointing, I will say, against the infinite counter deck. What specifically would I want a reprint of? I mean, the most expensive cards are like Lilianas and Snapcasters. How good or bad those would be for standard are, I guess another question. I think you could definitely have things like Parallel Lives, which are like $50. I mean, I guess the other thing is, and I think that they are going this direction, but I think the other thing is, I really hope it's like the original Innistrad. Shadows over Innistrad was pretty meh to bad. I don't know why Wizards has this very strange obsession of going to classic planes and being like, oh, I know what we'll do. Let's have them be invaded by Eldrazi, and then not ruining, but making a much worse version of those sets. They all feel like Rise of the Eldrazi. Like, I don't want to go to Zendikar and have it be Rise of the Eldrazi. I don't want to go to Innistrad and have it be Rise of the Eldrazi. I want to go to Innistrad for, like, Gothic Horror. I want to go to Zendikar for the adventure world. So I don't know why they keep doing that. Hopefully they've learned their lesson. They said there's no, thank goodness, Eldrazi this time. So I'm hoping that they maybe have learned their lesson from the, like, classic plane gets invaded by Eldrazi thing, because I think I'm just basically over that. If you want to do an Eldrazi set, do an Eldrazi set. Just don't say it's Innistrad or whatever. Don't say it's Zendikar, because then you just end up with a bunch of people who are like expecting Innistrad and then get returned to the Eldrazi. God's right hand. Welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, we drew a pool of vigorous growth this time. We might see the Momir in action. Opponent going to mulligan for ninjas, encounters. Well, breeding pool. Tapped. Go. I mean, I didn't mind those Innistrad sets. But I also don't think like they were anywhere near as good as the originals. Same with Zendikar. Like Battle for Zendikar was pretty bad. I think Battle for Zendikar is probably one of the worst of the recent sets. Opponent, Brazen Borrower. Goes to combat. Thinks about attacking for 0. Well, pull a vigorous growth. Play the land. Pass the turn. Are we going to see a Momir? Opponent. Untap land. Passes. Well, untap land. Cultivate. Auto tap. Well, oh, that's still not good though. Auto tapper. Why? Oh, the brain of Arena, so small. Oh, well, if we lose because we don't have this Mystical Dispute up, why would I leave up the Greed Source? Why? Now they're going to ninjutsu pick up the Brazen Bar. Ah, Arena. Thank you for the cheer. Has Auto Tapper gotten worse since update? It must have, because that is a really bad case of tapping there. Like, that is, whew, next level bad, even by good old Arena standards. Why do they want to desperately leave up a Temple Garden when we have a 1 blue mana spell in our hand? Well, I guess back to the manually tapping. All right, we will make a 5-drop. It is a Cloud Blazer, which is not horrible. We will take it. Momir coming through. That's a hit. That's a hit. You can't counter ninjutsu. No, it's a. I mean, you could stifle it, but you can't use a traditional counter on it. Opponent attacks with everything. Kill the ninja. Opponent ninjutsus. Draws a card. Ornithopter. Play the land. Wrath of God. Mystical Dispute. Alright. Ninja problem officially dealt with. Yeah, I mean, ninjas... Brazen Borrower could be good in the deck. Maybe Archmage Charm is the key. Maybe you just gotta play... These Ornithopters are cracking me up. New donation, Auto Tapper, $3. Mwahahaha. Not only does it screw us over, but then it comes to laugh in our faces. Auto Tapper. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's pass for now. I don't think we need Momir. I think we got a shark. About it. Castle Lockwains. Drawing themselves down to 15. About it. More ornithopters. So many ornithopters. Well, 1, 2. Let's make a shark. Draw a card. Archmage Charm number 20. Ugin. Resolves. Well, kill our own shark. Pass the turn. Alright. Well, Ugin plus Momir. Opponent desperation. Main phase drawing down to 12. Ed looks at Ugin. Nicole Bolas cries. His head explodes. Scoops it up. Oh, I feel so dirty playing Ugin, but what are you supposed to do? Like, are you supposed to not play it? It is the worst. I have such a hard, that's one of the ones I have the hardest time with is Ugin. Because in a ramp deck, it's like a sweeper, and it's so important to the staying alive that it feels really weird to be like, I'm not going to play it, and I'm going to play Cyclone Summoner or something that's like infinitely worse just to be like, oh, I'm not playing it. It is dirty Ugin, but I mean sometimes you got to get a little dirty. Exclamation point deck will always take you to the deck list. Also, welcome, Broncos. Old Gnawbone's a cool card. It's not really a way to stay alive in a ramp deck, though. It's a cool, like... Alright, Pool of Vigorous Growth. That's it, that's all. Spin the wheel! Spin the wheel. About it. Loves their ornithopters. Tapling, go. Well, let's see if they got the full combo. Land. They do. Attacks. Ninjutsus. And... probably dead. Opponent draws a card. Replays Ornithopter. Well, Pool of Vigorous Growth. Go. You know what? 2 can play at this game. Oh, so we must hit a... we must hit like a Stone Coil Serpent, I guess, rather than a living 0-drop. Unfortunately, on Arena, you have no way of knowing. So I guess you just assume... you don't know what happened. Arena doesn't have a way to tell you that. But, so I guess you just assume something bad happened. I really like the old Planeswalker frame. I think that's by far the best seat. Sure. I think that's by far the best Secret Lair drop. I mean, that's not a beatable thing. We'll try another Momir game, though. Yeah, I guess it's just not worth making 0-drops. It would have been nice to know how it went wrong, but it had to be one of those. Yeah, I think the old frame Secret Lairs are of the current Super Drop. I think it's definitely the best. Totally not excited to play Historic with those Hearthstone cards. Are you not? I mean, I hope they had Pioneer. And I hope they had Pioneer quickly. They said they were going to. They got to actually do it. And then you can have a real... Are you sure it's not a bug? I mean, there's not really a way to be sure about anything because there's no way to know what we hit because Arena doesn't have the same capabilities that 25-year-old Magic Online has for some reason. But I would guess that we probably the most likely explanation would be that we hit a creature that was a 0/0 and it died. So that's more likely than a bug, but we actually don't have any way of knowing. Opponent. I mean, this deck is... Momir's, I don't think, hopefully going to be a competitive card in Historic, so... So hopefully it's niche. If Historic has a tier 1 deck that's built around a card that's essentially Momir Avatar, I think that would be a really bad thing for the format. Well, opponent's getting an early start on Innistrad. Wow, we just need white mana. Huh. Alright. Well, if we draw white mana for a Wrath, this is good news. Green mana. Well, okay. White mana for the Wrath, please. Alright, we found it. A little late, but we found it. Historic is fine. It's cool if you like it, but we need Pioneer to have a real paper equivalent format on Arena. I mean, that's basically my take. Go crazy printing Hearthstone cards into Historic, and then have Pioneer to have a real paper format on Arena. To me, that seems like... To me, that seems like the best of both worlds. Now, let's get rid of Undead Augur. We don't really want our opponent to draw a million cards when we Wrath, so let's wait one more turn. Play the tap land. Pass the turn. No attacks. The Wrath is coming. Ooh, Even Death. We need the Pool of Vigorous Growth. That is what's missing. Opponent goes to combat. Oh, draws another Undead Augur. That's a lot worse. Fatal Push. Well, we might be in trouble here with our opponent. See, I feel like these are those cases where it's like you basically got to be playing Ugin. Initially, I had 4 Ugins, and I cut them because they're dirty, but these are the scenarios where it's like Ugin is the difference between remaining in the game and just straight up losing. And we very timely top deck an Ugin. We Wrath the board. We pass the turn. We're not dead. We got an Ugin. Our opponent did draw a million cards. It's a dirty, dirty way to stay in the game, but sometimes it's the only way to stay in the game. Opponent sex. Oh my god, 2 in a row. That's unlikely. Well, shoot you. Where's our pool? Where's the pool? I actually even looked for artifact tutors to find Pool of Vigorous Growth, but there isn't really anything that's worth playing. I figured our card row would just get us there eventually. Oh, what problem are you having? Opponent's gonna scoop. What problem are you having, Boros Boss? I haven't had any issues playing with it. Oh dear. Who are we, chat? Who are we? Our top decks were Ugin, Elrond's Epiphany. I can't even look in the mirror right now. I can't even look in the mirror. I don't know who we are anymore. I don't know who we are. It's over. It's over. The good times are over. We are officially dirty ramp players. I feel bad. I want the Pool of Vigorous Growth. Angry Bango, our opponent. I apologize. I'm trying to pull a Vigorous Growth. The magic gods will not let us draw it. We need to alter. We have the Ugin because the Ugin lets us draw 7 with the ultimate, and that should find us Pool of Vigorous Growth. Figure it out. I figured it out. We got a real justification. Actually, we're still just gonna lose to Faceless Avens. Wow, good thing they're attacking Ugin. We managed to draw more lands. Okay, we will pass the... Uh-oh. No pull... Noble of Vigorous Growth, 23 cards deep. Opponent, Faceless Haven. I mean, these Faceless Havens are going to kill us. Opponent now attacks us. Can we draw a card? Wow, that is... Oh, this doesn't actually even work, does it? Counter target spell. So we can counter the activation, but they just activate again. Return target non-land. Wow. So we're going to cycle for 6 mana. That is some serious Sublime Epiphany value. Oh, why no Pool of Vigorous Growth? All we want to do is spin Momir, and the Magic gods keep giving us Ugins and disgusting Ugins. Disappointing. No Momir. If we had Momir to make tokens, I think we would have been in great shape. The real randomness with Pool of Vigorous Growth is being able to find Pool of Vigorous Growth. Will it randomly appear in your hand so you can even do anything with it? Okay, this time we found it, although it's probably about to get Thought Seized and go into the graveyard. Opponent, untap land. Thought Seize. Pool should be a companion with your starting deck could contain all basic lands. That's a companion I could get behind. Companion, obviously, worst mechanic in the history of Magic, but that is a companion that I could be down for. So opponent does take our Pool of Vigorous Growth, hates randomness and fun. Angry Bango is the true enemy. Cultivate, thin the deck. Well, if we ever find another Pool of Vigorous Growth, we're gonna be set up to spin it for some big things. If we ever do, it's an artifact, actually. Temeret Calls the Dead. About it. I mean, we got a lot of card draw in the deck. That is the theory that we will find it, but... Oh my goodness. Alright. I feel like we've drawn a few lands. I think we drew a few lands this game. About it. Pretty possible last turn was a punt. What do you think was the punt last turn, Jaden Waller? Death Baron to go with the Temeret zombies. Well, alright, Gargaroth. Play a land, pass the turn. Pool! I just want a pool. Just a pool. That's all we want is... We're not even trying to do anything good. We're trying to spin Momir, which is like a joke. But we can't draw it. Phone it. Liliana Does Majesty.
Ooh, I love what they've done with the place.
Opponent. Reanimates Undead Augur.
Old friend.
Goes attacking. Yeah, I mean, we're super dying. Declaration in stone. Well, get rid of Undead Augur. Go to combat. Attack Liliana. Draw a card. Pool. Oh, another land. This is like playing Momir. So exactly like playing Momir where you just fizzle randomly. We have like 14. If we ever find a pool, we can spin it for like Emeralds. Hey, what's up, Big Wilmer? Thank you. And welcome to the Vish Bowl. First time sub. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. About it. Goes attacking. No blocks. Another land. Of course. Attack with Gargaroth. Draw a card. Is it a pool? She is going to go exactly like last game. Wow. Alright, well, it's not a pool. It's an Ugin. And our opponent has a Faceless Haven. Opponent decides they would like their Even Death to be exiled. That is an interesting decision. I don't think it's going to matter in the end, because they still have the Faceless Haven, and we can't draw the pool! So if we draw a pool 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we can immediately spin for a 9-drop. A 9-drop. Opponent, another faceless. This is exactly like last game. We beg for pool. We don't see pool. We play Ugin that we don't want. Our opponent has faceless Avens and wins. Down to 4. Pool. Land. All right, we got. You know what? We're gonna give it one more try. We're gonna give it one more try, and then we got to try Affinity because I told people we play Affinity tonight, and then the rest might have to wait for next time. But we got to get to some Affinity too. There's got to be a 9-drop. I mean, I think the problem is we just draw all lands. We just want to spin a dang Momir, but Arena does not let any point. Maybe, I wonder, do you think, how about this theory? You know that they had to delay the set for 2 weeks because it was so bugged. Do you think that Wizards release the set, but it's still bugged, so they're making it so you can't draw some cards because they know that they're super bugged? Is that what's happening? Are we not able to draw a pool of Vigorous Growth because Arena doesn't want us to? I think that's probably possible. All right, we have the pool. We're getting the mana. We can discard this Declaration Stone that's not very good. Make a 5-drop. We might be in business. Opponent, as per Sentinel, sure. Well, let's make a 5. Momir style. Discard Decoration and Stone. Daybreak Chimera. Okay, not a great one, but it's a body. It's a body on the battlefield. They can stop this as per Sentinel. All right, Momir. All right, we will accept it. Opponent, red mana. Narset. Wow, that is a good Narset sniper. He gets another Narset. Well, go to combat, kill Narset.
I won't forget our time together.
Make a 5. We're staying course. Discard Elrond's Epiphany. 3/3 Vigilance. That's even worse than the Chimera. That's even worse than the Chimera. Well, we made our opponent Wrath. All right, let's do this so we can maybe draw some more lands and make bigger things with our pool. All right. Kra, go. Opponent trying desperately to flip their search for Iskanta. All right, we're up to 6 mana. We're out of the Unicorn range. We're out of Chimera range. We're about to hit some real Magic cards. Opponent. Teferi. Tux. Oh, they're just a dirty control deck? Oh. What do we do? Teferi is way dirtier than Ugin. If there was a scale of Planeswalker dirtiness, Teferi's at the very top. All right. Make a 7. Discard a Wrath. Black Dray. Oh, okay. Maybe we don't got to worry about Momir being good enough for Constructed. So far, we have spent, what, 17 mana? And we have probably gotten about 5 mana worth of actual creatures. These are just like a who's who of horrible cards that you do not want to see off of your Momir. Playing budget green white enchantments, mana goes off, just stomp Blood Moon card. Ooh, awesome. Yeah, the deck, once it gets going, it really goes. I'm glad to hear it's working for you, fantastic sir. Opponent. Lightning Helix, as per Sentinel. Untap some lands. Well, go Black Dragon. Black Dragon. Gotta try to get rid of this Teferi. Opponent. Oh, I'm sure we'll hit a Scornful Egotist. Don't worry. So what are the auto loses on Arena? Is there anything that just auto loses? Alright, attack Teferi. Opponent is returned. Teferi dies.
Really should have seen that coming.
Play the land. Pass the turn. Escanta. Belzenlock doesn't lose. No, not in an actual deck. Well, it won't draw your whole deck with a real deck, right? It would only draw your deck if you're playing all lands. But yeah, in actual Momir, Belzenlock is an auto-lose. Probably 3-man, honestly. Opponent takes down Narset. Goes attacking. Well, Growth Spiral. Pay the 1. I think 10 is the best number, probably. Well, go to combat. Attack Narset.
I have reached my limit.
What do we do? One, two, three, four. Yeah, let's just crosses. Crosses for 6. Keep hitting our land drops. 7? Ooh. I mean, we probably... There's got to be a way to look it up on Scryfall. Opponent Mystical Disputes. Well, we still draw a bunch of cards. Cycles to Altering Suns. Hell, we got pools for days. Pass the turn. Opponent gonna flip his Kanta. Hopefully there's not another Teferi coming. Format, historic. Mana value. 7. Actually, where on this page is mana value? Oh, there it is. 7 drops in historic. Oh, I guess it should also be creatures. 7-drop creatures historic. Sure, expressive iteration. Well, that's where so the Black Dragon is probably like pretty close to one of the worst that we could hit. Definitely lower tier. There's a lot of 7s. How many 8s are there? There's got to be less 8s. Enrace Forerunner. Jadzi is actually kind of a cool hit. Zatalpa. All right. Well, let's cultivate. Pay the 1. Get the 2 lands. Play the lands. 1, 2. Explore. Alright, well, pass the turn, leave up the commit, actually hit you. Alright, so what number are we spinning for? That is a question. Ooh, Dragon Tyrant? So 8 has some hits and some whiffs, but it seems more consistent than 7. 9, Terraskue's good, Molderhawk's bad, Well, 9 looks kind of bad. Zakama, so 2 are good, 1 is meh, and 2 are not good. Azcanta. What about 10? What is the perfect Momir number? 10 seems good. Jin-Gataxias, Ulamog, Impervious Great Worm. Those are all... Impervious Great Worm are a little worse, but those are still good. 11 is only Metalwork Colossus. 12... Ooh, Galta. So I think 10. I think you just want to spin 10s. Alright, well, spin 10s it is. Get those Ulamogs. About it. Goes attacking. Hits us. Wasn't 9 for Zakama the best? Well, I feel like, so... Oh no, did I close it? So what I was thinking... See if we can do this without running out of time. So what I'm thinking is... Historic... creature... Where's the... Alright, there we go. So what I'm thinking is, the problem with 8 is there's a bunch. Or 9. We're talking 9s. 8s there's a bunch. 9 there's still... Like, Zakama's good. Tarisk is probably good. The other 3 are bad, so you're like 20%, 40% to hit something that's good, and 60% to whiff. Here I feel like Jin's great, Ulamog's great, Great Worm's not bad. So I feel like the math just... favors going after the 10-drop slot. Discard a pool. I mean, I feel like a vanilla 11/11 trample is not very exciting against control. Whoa! Huh? What? Stratodon? How is that possible? That's not even listed as a card on Arena. Stratodon is a really old card that's never been on Arena. 10 mana, 5/5. It costs 1 less for each basic land type. So essentially, if we got every basic land type, it's a 5 mana, 5/5 trample, which it's super old. They must have added cards that are not actually on Arena, but are sort of on Arena just for Pool of Vigorous Growth. That is kind of hilarious. Wow, so this can hit cards that aren't even in the format. Huh. Well, so much for the looking at the different possibilities. So should we be spinning for like 15s to try to get Emrakul? Like, maybe we should. Maybe we should just be spinning for even bigger numbers. I'm afraid, though, that there's some numbers that have literally nothing. Like, I'm afraid if we spin for 12, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think our best spin is probably actually 8 here, because then we can leave up Commit to Memory. I feel like that probably makes the most sense. Cultivate doesn't do anything. Come on. Baleful Force. Well, that's some card draw, I guess. Go attacking. I mean, if our opponent just makes another shark, though, we're probably going to be hurting. Well, all right. Commit the shark. Opponent gets to draw a card. Was Esper Sentinel going off? Opponent blocks. Drops to 8. We draw a card. Now, come on, Momir. I mean, we're spinning. We're spinning. I mean, if we untap, we'll spin for 12. Whether it's correct or not. Opponent hits us to 8. Shatter the sky. Sweeps the board. I mean, our opponent's got at least 6 points of burn in hand. Untap land. And we really need something that just wins right now. Like, we're just going to get burnt out by this control deck. Esper Sentinel did a lot of work for our opponent. I'm not even sure there's many 13s in actual Momir. Well, now all of our discussion kind of goes out the window because apparently, who knows how many different cards exist. Opponent kills the pool. Well, we play a pool. Opponent lets it go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, Yadaro is what, an 8/8, but our opponent can go up to 9? Seems like, well, we'd have to shock ourselves, and then we're literally dead to these 2 lightning helixes. So I don't think we can play the land untapped. I mean, I guess we could play... We can play the Hinterland Harbor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Seems like most people want 8. Iona, I don't think exists on Arena. I don't know what exists on Arena anymore. I mean, 9 for Iona makes sense if that's a card that exists. I don't know that it is. It could be. Opponent, alright. Wants to be sneaky with their timing. Cast a Lightning Helix. Wow. Okay, well, apparently Iona does exist on Arena. Oh! Our opponent fired it off pre-activation for, I don't know exactly why, and it worked out, or they would have gotten wrecked. Kanta. So apparently there are Ionas. No one knows. They get another Helix. Thankfully, we have Iona at the moment. About it. Reading a scroll. Reading Iona. Expressive iteration. Is this Iona? Are we going to Momir this? Are we going to, in an actual constructed game of Magic, on the ladder, spin into an Iona with Pool of Vigorous Growth to win a game? I think we are. I think that might be what's happening here. Wow! We did! We did! We really, really did. Wow, this game's super long, and this game was super long. That was a insane win. Maybe. I don't know. Our first spins were so bad. That it felt like Pool of Vigorous Growth was probably just like a straight up meme deck. But then our most recent spins were like kind of actually insane. And then hitting that Iona just straight up won us a game that we otherwise, there was no chance. There was no way we were going to win that game otherwise. Well, all right, Pool of Vigorous Growth. So how do we even know what's on there? Is there any way of knowing what's possible to hit? Or do you just really just trust and see what happens? We were even talking about the Iona before it happened. The odds are so slim. So slim. Wow, that's gotta make you a little salty from the opponent's perspective that we're playing Momir and Commander and spinning into like the literal perfect card. Well, tab lane go. About it. Land go. About it. These vetoes should be good. Yes, I think we will veto this Narset plan. Well, land. Explore. More vetoes. Oh, almost had 2 explorers. So close. I think that was the heart of the cards, just working out in our favor this time. Well, explore. About it. Ugh, no land. Alright, well, pass the turn. Iona. At 9, Iona. Blazing Archon. Demon of Deathgate. Fire Dragon. Thing from the Deep. Furnace Dragon. Kuro, Pit Lord, Colossus of Sardia. So I added, like, some good ones and some bad ones. Basically, it seems like. Well, keep on exploring. Pass the turn. Still need the pool. We need the pool so we can spin the wheel and hit the perfect card. Wow, alright. Runs out Brazen Bar, we're sure. It's us. Hopefully we don't die to that. Untap land. Well, cultivate. Get a land and a land. Pass the turn. Oh, no, they have... Ooh, they have all the Storm Giants. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is what, 6? Oh, we're super dying to haul the Storm Giants. Wow, they played it tapped. Thank goodness. We're still in really serious trouble because of that. Sun Petal Grove. Crosses. Draw a couple cards, gain a couple life. Please don't counter it. We need a blocker for your creature lands. We shouldn't hover on it. They're going to see it. Memory lapse. Okay. Well, pass the turn. Yeah, we don't have an answer to the creature land. The creature land's a huge issue, opponent. Untap land. Hits us. I think we gotta resolve this Alrund's Epiphany, really. Opponent's only got 3 cards. We got so many cards in hand, we gotta deploy them. Yeah, putting the crosses back on the top is not actually the end of the world. Yeah, we're probably going to have to Epiphany at some point in the near future. About it. What do you got? Hey, thank you, Corby. How are you tonight? Oh, play the land. 1, 2. 1, 2. Let's cross this again. We have a new donation from Fantastic Sir, $2 donation. Okay, opponent memory lapses again. Pass the turn. Discard Ugin. Fantastic Sir, $2 donation. Can't stop, won't stop. Green white enchantments. Took an Emrakul hit and then one on the backswing with Destiny Spinner. Surviving an Emrakul hit is like the greatest feeling. It just does not happen very often, so that is super sweet. I'm glad the deck is still performing well. It's so much fun to play. Thank you so much for the donation, by the way. Well, all right. Land into play. Still no pool. Let's try it again. How many times will they put this crosses on the top of our deck. Crosses X4. About it. Memory lapse. Well, we will veto finally. Ah, and there's the pool for the future. All right, if we can stabilize, we got the. They did have all the lapses. Opponent fires up the giant. Sure. No blocks. Well, Aaron's Epiphany. Pool of vigorous growth. Make a one. Make a one drop. We gotta flex a little. Make the one. Blue Collar Man, welcome to the Fishbowl. And Corby for the 4th month. Thank you for your subscription and for the kind words. Big soup cheer for both of you. Thank you, thank you. Hey Seth, looking forward to playing a Magic tournament this weekend for the first time in forever. Where are you playing this weekend, Blue Collar Man? And what format are you playing? And what deck are you playing? It's super exciting. It's coming back. Definitely hyped. Wow, opponent's gonna block. Interesting. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. We gotta play it safe. Milmir for 4. Discard Narset. Trada. Trada. I'll hit ya. Well, we were talking about Etrata earlier. I think we gotta leave up our counters here because of this. Commit to memory. About it. Thinking. Well, we have 1 memory in the main deck, and we have 2 Narsets for controlling the sideboard, so we're not trying to be a Narset wheel deck, but I guess we accidentally have that synergy at the moment. Ooh, Pioneer action? That's exciting. Have you run into Vesperlark Davriel's Withering? We played it a little bit. It felt pretty good. What are your thoughts on the test cards and mystery boosters? I played a draft last Friday. It was super fun. Had a guy get the test card that makes all the cards in your hand Muldrifter. That's, I mean, that is probably the best of them. Wow. All right. Veto. Oh, and we couldn't even spin. But we got the win against the control deck. And that was a Pool of Vigorous Growth win. That was straight up Pool of Vigorous Growth. Spinning into that Iona, which is kind of hilarious. All right. Well, I promised Affinity. Let's get in a match or two with Affinity. We probably won't be able to do it full justice, but Affinity's a deck I'm definitely interested in. So I think that that we'll do some more Affinity in the future. But Affinity got a bunch of new cards. Tempered Seal, one of the big payoffs, the big new cards. Thought Monitor for card draw, Nettle Assist to be massive, Esper Sentinel in a 1-drop slot, and essentially we're trying to play a bunch of artifact stuff, and pumped artifact stuff, and draw cards, and smash our opponent, and that's basically it. That's what Affinity's trying to do. Haven't played a single game with this deck yet, so it's definitely not tuned, but what a miserable win. I mean, we won with Iona. We won with Iona. Want to see Grizzle Daddy? Yeah, I think Grizzlebrand might exist in Momir. I don't even know. So one thing I've realized is They did not put in the common artifact land, so that is a bit of a drawback compared to modern. Oh, we have a new donation from Black Jackal, $5 donation. Thank you so much. Untapped land. Ginger brew hit ya. $5 donation. Hey Seth, I've been brewing an improved version of that Sister Roper deck. This is what I've been doing in Best of 1, and it's pretty good. Don't have a clue on the sideboard for Best of 3. That is a sweet idea. Jamoda, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm excited to see the update. Thank you so much for the donation. I'm gonna combat attack you. So let's see the update. I think Famished Paladin's definitely a sweet idea. A good addition, backup combo piece. Yeah, that looks solid. And the Righteous Valkyrie is a good backup plan. That looks fun, Blade Jackal. I like it. Opponent, Fabled Passage. Syncopate, that's a new one. Well, play Tempered Steel. Go attacking. Opponent. We need some of our new cards. So far, we've just drawn all old cards. We haven't drawn any new cards yet. I mean, we're doing okay, but where's the new cards? Anyone else grinding through Historic Horizons limited games like crazy? I played a bunch earlier today. It's a pretty fun format. It gets a little bit samey after a while, I think, but yeah, I don't know if there's a... Oh, we definitely got Nettlesis. Nettlesis is like one of our best cards. Go to combat. Attack ya. Nettlesis, Thought Monitor, Esper Sentinel are the biggest new additions. Alright, opponent kills a Ginger Brew. Well, Vault Scourge. Vault Scourge. Land. We're gonna hold on to one. Pass the turn. Ooh, chess. Interesting. Alright, opponent's got the sweeper. Now, Vault Scourge. Steel Overseer. Auto Tapper likes Treasure Vault. Tanner Toward Gaming! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. About it. No go bolas. Oh no, Alrund's Epiphany. Well, we hit a Thought Monitor, which is nice. Grow the Dorks. Go attacking. Wow. Alright. Vault Scourge trading up with Nikki B. That is pretty good for us. About it. Maybe it's card draw foretold. Untap land. Thought Monitor coming through at the perfect time. About it. I'm still a little bit worried about more sweepers. Like, we're technically presenting lethal. Even without the Stone Coil. Opponent. What do you got? What do you got? Death? Oh, Prismari command, okay. Prismari command's really good against Affinity. Opponent. Sweet mother. Chaining them together. Alright, well. Stone Coil Serpent. About it. So much removal, sweet lord. Another Nagobolas. It never ends. Hell hit ya. Opponent down to 6. Adapts. They can flip Nagobolas. Yeah, opponents had a insane amount of removal in a row here. Nagobolas hits us to 10. Flips it. And oh, we were so close to finishing this off. Well, that Crim adjacent, that's for sure. Going to hit the Steel Overseer. We draw nothing. Go to combat, kill Nagobolas. Play the land to see what our opponent finds. Land. Passes. Well, Thought Monitor. Draw a couple cards. I mean, the Thought Monitor has still been fine, even though we have not been able to get things to stick on the battlefield, like, at all. Go to combat. Attack you. Down to 1. Opponent scries. Come on. Come on. Come on. Hold. We haven't played humans tonight. I don't think we're going to get to play humans tonight. I think Affinity will probably be our last deck. We've played Momir, Pool of Vigorous Growth. We played Shaman. We played some Davriel Withering combo. An opponent kills as much as they can and gives up. That was a good Thought Monitor game. Like, that was an example of what makes Thought Monitor so important to this deck. Is it's a card that gives us the ability to play a bit of a longer game, which normally our opponent, like, wraps our board and then we're just sort of done. The Thought Monitor is huge, huge, huge. Can tap Spire for black instead of to lose 1 instead of 2 from Phyrexian. That's a good call. Yeah, that's the downside of just leaning on the Arena Auto Tapper for the sake of convenience. But you were correct. How's Elves deck? Elves is another one that we haven't played. I think because we've played best of 3, we haven't gotten to go through as many decks as we would in a typical early access or preview stream. We've still gone through a lot, but not as many. Well, go Esper Sentinel. Pass the turn. Mirror Enforcer, I think, suffers from the lack of artifact lands. You saw there, like, Thought Monitor, we were casting it for 4 or 5 mana pretty consistently. Mirror Enforcer, if you gotta cast it for 4 or 5 mana, just isn't really quite good enough. Kind of expecting our opponent's about to languish. Stone Coil Serpent. Oh, the old 2-for-1. Alright. Ouch. Well, pass the turn. Opponent adapts. Is it possible to historic Hammer Time? Yeah, we've actually played historic Hammer Time, so it's definitely possible. Well, Tempered Steel. It didn't really get many new additions from Historic Horizons, but it's definitely got the pieces. You got to lean into the warrior sub-theme pretty heavily, but there are definitely the pieces to make it work. Opponent, more removals. Drops to 14. Land. The Scarab God. Well, Blink Moth, Blink Moth. Hit ya. To 3. Tap land, go. And I think we're good. I think we're taking down the control deck, hopefully. About it. They got a lot of things they need to answer here. How was their Miss Lethal? Gingerbread, remember, you had to pay a mana to make it unblockable. So it would just smash itself into the Scarab God. Yeah, Blink Moth is really good. I mean, how does the Gingerbread get past the Scarab God though? Yeah, close. If we had one more mana, it would have been lethal. There's this weird balance because we know our opponent has sweepers. So there's this weird balance of like trying not to deploy too many threats because if our opponent rats our board. Oh no, you're good. Yeah, no, never need to apologize for being mistaken or making a pun around here. I make all kinds of them, so yeah, Protector from Multicolor is really good there. Did we somehow have the wild cards to make this stream work? I spent the afternoon, when I wasn't recording Commander Clash, doing events and opening packs and opening packs and opening packs. Managed to get enough to build some decks. I still got further to go to have all the Jumpstart stuff I need, but got off to a pretty good start. Enough that we... Ooh, well, this is going to be interesting. That was an Affinity hand, 3 Gingerbrutes, a Thought Monitor. It's going to be really interesting to see how good the Affinity stuff will be without the Artifact lands. I think it's still going to be good enough for the format, but that is a relatively big piece that is missing compared to Modern. And so far we haven't had much luck getting Thought Monitor down to like 1 mana where it consistently is in Modern, which is definitely making it trickier. Yes, thankfully Goldfish does help with arena stuff. I found a neat synergy. Oh, we needed lands. I found a neat synergy playing Historic Brawl. I'm playing Ave, and I had a Zekas Chariot copy the token that Aves makes to get bigger. Ooh, that's super cool. That synergy actually works. I always try to doubling season it, and you can't really doubling season Ave. Keep that in mind if you decide to build Ave in Historic. Doubling seasons, anointed processions, parallel lives, because of the weirdness of how Ave is worded. It doesn't actually work. Well, here comes the dorks. Unfortunately, we're down to 10. Opponent. Vault Scourge was... Oh! Oh, boy, these commands are set up to... Wow. Well, we went against Grixis Control, even through the 2-for-1s. Vault Scourge was a couple of anthologies ago. Tellman the Infinite is super good. 80% chance of getting a good card. Well, I don't know about 80%. I feel like 80% is probably a bit on the high end. Yeah, we just... Yeah. These 2-for-1s. Because I feel like... Well, I feel like it's more contextual than that. Oh, yeah, we're not beating that hand in a million years. I feel like it's a little more contextual because, like... I assume that counts like Fog in the good card list, or Assault Strobe in the good card list. And that's just very contextual. Like, Fog can be a great card. It can be the best card in Magic in some situations. But I guess we should have sideboarded more. But it can also be a bad card in other situations. So I feel like the actual percentage of good cards is going to vary a lot based on, like, the matchup, the deck you're playing. Like, if you're a control deck, Assault Strobe is a good card. It's seen play in many competitive decks, but if you're playing control and don't have many creatures, then it's not really a good card for you. So I think it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. 1 mana, maybe draw a card is something we've never seen before in Magic. Any tips for deck building? It's the one thing I'm no good at. It's the one thing I'm no good at, but would love to know how to build decks and decide what cards are good. Well, Vias, I think a lot of it is really just practice when it comes down to it. I think that is the biggest thing by far. So the way I learned to build decks, in all honesty, was by building decks. So I think that it's like anything, it's just a matter of doing it. I think one way that you can improve is by playing other people's decks, but doing it in a way where you're kind of doing it to learn, basically. Because I think you can learn a lot from, because there's certain tropes or kind of archetypes that come up again and again in decks. If you're playing a black deck in Historic, you need a pretty good reason not to be playing Fatal Push. If you're playing a black deck in Historic, you need a pretty good reason not to be playing Thoughtseize, for example. So as you're doing that, I think that you naturally kind of get this pool of knowledge, and your decks improve as you go along. Got good at cooking in 4 months. That's pretty impressive. And I mean, the thing is, good is also, for most people, a little bit contextual with building Magic decks, because unless you're like a pro player and your goal is to like win a pro tour or make money at a pro tour, good is you're having fun with it for the most part. So I don't think it's actually that hard to build. Like, once you start practicing, I don't think it's that hard to build decks that are good in that way. Like, good, you can play them in a Commander game, and it will function well, and you'll have fun with it. Tuning a deck to, like, win a Pro Tour is a whole nother... And, like... Because then eventually you get to the point where you're not just thinking about your deck, but you're thinking about the meta, you're thinking about your opponent's decks, and things get more complicated from there. So the pathway to learning how to be good at deck building is kind of endless, really. Like, I've spent a long time building decks, and I think I've improved a lot at building decks, but I think I still also have so much that I can learn in so many ways that I can improve. So I feel like it's sometimes a never-ending pursuit a lot of the times. But I would just encourage you to do it. Look at other people's decks. Look at how the synergies are working together. Keep an eye out for cards that are constantly showing up in decks, because there's certain staples that you're going to see over and over and over again, and those are easy ways to make sure that your deck has some power to it. Playing the Thoughtseizes and Fatal Pushes of the world. Sideboarding, well, thankfully you're playing Arena, and you play Best of One. Wow. I was not expecting our opponent's Mardu Vehicles decks to be playing sweepers. Well, that's a thing. Not only was out a sweeper, there was a sweeper that gained our opponent a ridiculous life, and we're flooding out, and ugh, yeah, that was a blowout. Really? Not only is it a sweeper, it's Fumigate. Hi. I assume our opponent, my guess, free-to-play player, they did some Kaladesh remastered drafts. Because I don't really know why otherwise you'd be playing Fumigate, but it was brutal there. Yeah, our opponent is playing some Kaladesh Block Constructed. This Heart of Kirin is, like, ridiculously problematic. We just can't get through this Heart of Kirin. This Heart of Kirin is absolutely just ruining our day. Blink Moth. See if our opponent knows that Blink Moths can pump Blink Moths Betting no. Hoping no. Opponent. Don't read too close. Alright. Well, not the cleanest and easiest way to get through a Heart of Kieran, but we gotta do it somehow. Oh. So ninjas, yeah, I think ninjas were probably the most underperforming deck we played today, honestly. Could be that they need more tuning, could be that they don't have enough power yet, but I think out of all the decks we played, they were the one that felt the least good, I would say. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. Well, we're going for it. We're going for the win in 2 turns. Well, fire up Blink Moth. Ginger Brew. Unblockable. Ginger Brew. Unblockable. Are we going to actually survive the Fumigate? That Fumigate was... I thought that was going to end the game. Get in it, ya, opponent. Taking 9. Down to 7, alright. Well, draw that burn spell. Or removal spell, or we got ya. Opponent. Scrap Heap. Returns. I guess Chandra would do it. Opponent. Untaps. Hey, welcome, Watchtower. Good to have ya. Okay, Toolcraft. That doesn't change things. We're going to 1 against Scrap Heap Trod. But we got lethal. Wow, through the Fumigate. Oh, second Fumigate would have got us. That would have got us, that would have got us good. All right. Oh, we don't actually have that many Heart of Kieran answers. Declaration and Stone in. So far, it has felt harder to keep artifacts on the board in Historic than in Modern. I think that would be number 1. I think we should play 4 Ingenious Smiths. Why does this deck not play Rise and Shine? I don't think we have enough non-creature artifacts. Yeah, that's kind of the main issue. I think Rise and Shine really wants you to be making like clues or treasures, or just be playing like Mana Rock type stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to try. I think Ingenious Smith is interesting enough to try. It's a little awkward that it's not. If it was an artifact and it had its ability, it would be insane. But since it's not an artifact, there's a little non-bow with like Tempered Steel. Is it worth digging and maybe growing as you cast stuff, even though it doesn't work with Tempered Steel? I think it's worth testing, for sure. I saw you at my friend's shop on their TV, so I wanted to check out. Well, hello. Hello, friend shop, if you're still there. But that's awesome. Glad to have you, Watchtower. Well, I'm Seth, probably better known as Saffron11. We stream, wow, that's a lot of lands. We stream every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And in between all the streaming, oh, we're going to have to draw land with this hand. In between all the streaming, you can find me over on the YouTube. We have a MTG Goldfish YouTube that has all kinds of different videos and content. So welcome to the stream. I'm glad you randomly stumbled upon it. And tell your friends at the game shop hello next time you see them. Yeah, treasure vault, maybe that's something we should be trying to do more aggressively. I mean, I guess we need 4 mana before it really nets us an artifact. All right, Heart of Kieran's back. Ugh. Yeah, we need 4 mana before it really puts us up in artifact. But, or I guess technically 5. But that is a way to get more artifacts to reduce the cost on thought monitors and so forth. Hey, what's up, Booty Snacks? Thanks. Hey, thank you, Calvin Ops. Good to have you. Opponent passes. I feel like we're about to get 2 for 1 by Colligan's Command and cry a smidge. That's happening, isn't it? Kolaghan's Command's kind of insane against our deck. That's how we lost game 1, was our opponent just drawing these for days. Oh. Yeah, that is the absolute last thing our deck needed. This card would work in Infinity as a Rise and Shine card. Animate Walking Statue. One on you, another target. Oh, Black Staff of Waterdeep. Yeah, Black Staff of Waterdeep, I think Black Staff of Waterdeep is the kind of card that can... Oh, yeah, Kolaghan's Command is just going to get us. I don't even know if there's anything we can do about it. Maybe that's just a drawback of trying to play Affinity, that Prismari Command and Kolaghan's Command are running around, and they're just clean and easy 2-for-1s that are really hard to do anything about. We don't have a land. Oh, yeah. Well, that's not the best way to end for Affinity. Hey, Seth, what are we doing? What has been best today? I think Shaman has been the best. Shaman and probably Davriel's Withering combo also seem to have a lot of potential. I think Affinity also has potential. We're not going to have time to get into a million games with it, so it's kind of hard to tell, but it seems like it's got some potential. It's so tough when you're doing like a kind of an early access preview stream thing where you're going through a bunch of decks. It's just so difficult to really tell too much when you play like 2 matches with each deck. But I would say by far Shaman was the most impressive deck. That deck was just, oh. Well, and that's how we go out. That deck just rolled everyone. It was kind of insane. Well, I mean, we didn't draw lands. Opponent drew as many Kolaghan's Commands as we drew lands that game, which I don't think that actually tells us literally anything about this deck other than Kolaghan's Command's good against it. But yeah, so quick wrap up tonight. We got through a decent amount of decks, and there's still a ton more to go. So what did we learn about these decks tonight? We learned not much about Affinity, I would say. We learned Arena servers not especially swift at the moment. But we learned not a lot about Affinity. We got in a couple matches. I think it's got potential. Pool of Vigorous Growth. Maybe it's better than it looks, but how do you know? Because you never know what's going to happen. But we did get that insane win by spinning into Iona. The Davriel's Withering combo deck, I think that's probably got a lot of potential. Maybe something that Wizards... I don't know. I don't know if they want the turn 3 draw the game combo to be a thing. That seems like something you don't want happening. We did confirm that it draws the game as early on turn 3 with no timeout saved up. Just playing Vespral Arc, withering it. That draws the game, and I don't know if that's a thing that Wizards wants. I would not be surprised if there was some sort of errata or something to get rid of the draw the game part of the combo. Like, I think the 3-piece combo is probably fine. Yeah, if you need any of the deck lists, I have all the deck lists are linked. We didn't get to Elves, Ninjas, probably the biggest disappointment. They didn't feel very powerful. Didn't get to Enchantress. That'll be for next time. But I think, yeah, definitely just as far as insanity and power level, like, we had games with this deck where we were putting 40 power or something on the battlefield on like turn 3. The combo of Harmonic Prodigy with Burning Tree Emissaries, in Seasoned Pyromancers, in Rage Forger for Finisher, in Elvish Visionary for card draw, the deck is kind of absurd in the things that it can do. So this was a deck that was most explosive, most fun, and it just was crushing everyone we played against. So still small sample size. We only got to play a few games, but those games went really well. It really does. It like looks very close to a modern deck, and it played like it. Like I think we didn't drop a game in all of our matches with this deck, so if I'm remembering right. So yeah, I feel like Enchantress is going to be good. We just didn't get to it yet, and that's the good news, because Historic Horizons is such a massive set. There is so much more to explore. We got jank like Chatterfang. We got Davriel for next week's Against Odds. There's human stuff. There's more Seasoned Pyromancer stuff. There's dragons. There's Sarah Worship Blocks. There's Reanimator. There's Merfolk. There's Slivers. There's Storm. There's Control. There's Bears, I guess. There's Blink and Soul Herder. So this was just a tiny taste, a little taste, and we will do some more next week for sure. So on the way out the door, everyone, some reminders: Replay YouTube, that's where you'd find all the old streams. Normal YouTube, check out tomorrow's Munch Brew. It's a really sweet modern deck. You're going to want to see that one. So check that out. Ton of stuff going out on there. Otherwise, our sponsor tonight is Card Kingdom. And one more shout out to them for being amazing and awesome. So check them out over at cardkingdom.com. You know, pre-order Innistrad Midnight Hunt. You can get Adventures in Forgotten Realms, all the other stuff, even a goldfish stick or two. Most importantly, yeah, it just came out today, The One Who Knocks. Most importantly, thank you to all of you, each and every one of you. Y'all are amazing and awesome and spectacular, and I appreciate you hanging out, having fun, janking around, doing all this wacky stuff. So we will be back on Monday for the next stream. Until then, everyone, seriously, have an amazing weekend. Have a great night. I appreciate you all. I'll see you on Monday, and yeah, I'll talk to you soon.